I should hope so.
I just click record.
Yeah, what drink have you got in front of you this evening, sir?
Oh, there
And moi?
Yeah.
Not as yet, although I shall be having a whiskey later.
See,
Nothing as yet.
you never fail to disappoint us. And what whiskey are you choosing?
I've got some Urban.
Famous
Although I
price.
must admit, I'm quite tempted to try some of this Redbreast.
Try
that you were going on.
try the Redbreast. You'll make
You
me
were
jealous.
going on about it last week, I think.
I think I've gone about. We go on about it most weeks, Jet.
It's true.
I'm going to have to try some. Definitely going to try some.
Crack it open, and if you don't like it, I'll send you my address.
Okay.
No.
I'll send the rest down to you.
So,
All right.
I'll lose a letter and go around myself.
Yeah, there you go. All right, let's kick off then. So, last session. Basically, last session was very much negotiating with our good friend, the chieftain. The item something does not exist. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder what I deleted that. Was negotiating with the chieftain. And then you kind of proceeded to head back to Tartuk, the usurper, the purple kobold. And then you proceeded to have a fight. The fight was a little bit tough. I think a couple of you got a little bit battered, but you penned him in a corner, which made it very difficult for him to escape. But after you had defeated him and he fell, the figure of the purple kobold changed from the purple kobold to the gnomish figure of one Tartukio, who you remember from the banquet, the stuck-up gnome that wound all of you up. And I believe that's kind of where we left it last session, right? And so over to you, gents. What are we doing?
I think we're searching.
What the bloody hell
Have we
you
still
playing
got two kobolds that are aggressive with us? Or?
Oh yeah.
One's asleep, I think, actually.
One is asleep. Still in a fight? No, we've dropped the fight. You must have dropped both of them.
I don't think we dropped the other one, but we definitely dropped the big. Unless, I don't know, did anyone knock him out? I know.
Somebody fell asleep, didn't they?
Yeah, this one's asleep. This one...
I know Jack was pistol whipping away quite a bit.
Yeah, for some reason I killed the fight. Maybe I shouldn't have killed the fight, and maybe I did. So let's just assume you knocked him out, or you killed him, or he surrendered. One of the three of the above.
We were aiming to knock him out.
Yeah.
Dart, you're super quiet.
Hello?
Hello.
Is this better?
Yeah, a little bit.
Not much for me.
It's the Discord did an update. Changed the UI and everything.
It didn't it? Okay, so let's just assume I'll put this one as unconscious as well. There we go. There we go. That you knocked both of them down and knocked them out. Okay. That will teach me to pay attention and not just turn things off when I think the battle is finished. Okay, so what do you do?
Most importantly, who wants a cold iron sickle and who wants a wand of force barrage? Level
But
1.
weren't we going to melt the sickle down and make darts out of them?
You were, yeah.
This'll perhaps takes a little explaining if we ever get back to Lady Jumanji, who seemed to have. Has he got his any letter on him?
He doesn't. No, he does not have a letter on him. No.
Not on him, okay. So we need to have a good ferret around the room to see if he's stashed stuff around.
Just trying to find out where it is.
Or we need to do a full body cavity search.
Apologies as I move people around because I'm looking for something specific.
I wonder why he was trying to get these two factions to fight against each other.
Testing?
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, you can't hear me.
Testing.
You're just quiet.
In your ears. Every time I look at Kendall, all I see is Guy. Did Kendall plug in a "This is me" into ChatGPT wielding a sword and shield?
Did he just put
It's
his
not
face
quite
on
that,
it?
but I was specific with the prompt that I used. He has a far more magnificent moustache than me, though.
He does have an amazing moustache. Okay, so over this area here is a small table which seems to have a journal residing upon it.
It's not under that boulder where Guy is it?
Can
Because Guy's under the
No,
boulder.
I had a look.
can I suggest I know that our good friend Coruscant has some magic divining capabilities. Maybe perhaps we should investigate before we start poking
think
around
he
with this
already-
guy's.
He
did
did
that
that
already,
last
yeah.
time, didn't he?
Yeah, but concern is this gnome was fairly tricky and clearly quite an advanced arcane user. We might want to
But
be
now
careful.
he's fairly dead.
He is fairly dead. He's pretty much cut in half. Yeah.
All right. So who wants to give reading the journal or notebook a shot?
Just know that sometimes these arcane types are quite protective over their books and journals.
I believe
Say,
so.
Coruscant?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah. There's a lot of if he was operating here and there's a lot of little kobolds wandering around, he probably had some protections potentially.
Me or is it raining?
It is raining indoors, yeah.
It is raining indoors, yep. Yeah.
By the way, our gamble with the two kobolds was that when we knock out Boss Dude, that they would, whatever mind control was on them would drop. We haven't tested that yet.
I mean, he may just have been coercing them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now the leaves are falling because I selected the wrong ambient. Sorry. There you go.
Shall we go back to Tooth something? His
Well,
name
we can call the chief in, can't we?
Probably a
John
good
wanted to
idea.
go outside and wait, didn't we?
No, he's kind of loitering in the other passageway. What you would notice if you look down here, there's probably a couple of kobolds now kind of loitering up at the edge of the passageway up here, keeping an eye on what's going on and kind of listening for the sounds of battle and whether or not you are victorious or.
I will quietly mention, and I probably would have before. Apologies, I was semi-AFK last time at the start. We probably need to keep an eye on these kobolds and make sure they're true to their word. We're still deep in their cavern here.
You notice that in the ember behind you, in the corner of the eastern alcove, there is a pile of detritus. Looks like broken objects, bits of shiny rock, bits of metal. Here and there, you can see like the greaves of a suit of leather armor, or half of a broken blade, or half of a broken bow, kind of sticking out of this pile. It's quite a big pile.
Huh.
Coruscant will take a look at the journal. He will detect it for traps first, and then magical traps, and then he will have a look.
Okay.
In which case I shall chuck a guidance on you.
There doesn't appear to be any. Well, I mean, you actually send out a pulse, don't you? So you with detect magic, you don't actually know, unless you're using the heightened version. You don't know where the magic is. You just know that there is a presence of magic beyond your companions. Yes.
Yeah.
So you detect magic in the chamber.
Did I just drag that guidance onto you, Sarah?
I would say you detect multiple.
No.
You detect multiple magical signals, if it gives you that level of detail.
I think it just says
Is any of it coming from this pile of rubbish over?
Doesn't know.
I think it just tells you that there is a magical.
So you see, you need to be able to cast it at a heightened 4th level in order to pinpoint the highest ranked magic item or aura in the vicinity.
I think read aura helps, doesn't it, when I can get that, but
Yeah, I think so.
I'm not perhaps that. I'll shout the chief in.
Well, let's have a look through this pile first.
I'm going to get him to tie his men up.
Tie his men up?
Yeah.
He kind of wanders down. As always, a couple of his bodyguards follow him. You call?
I suppose I best move out the way for him, I suppose.
Speak common.
Yeah, we've subdued the 2 guards here. As you can see, I'll lift the head of whoever this gnome is, because I've never.
There's probably an arm attached as well.
Wait, did you chop his head off?
It's kind of chopped in half with a rather
he did,
large
didn't he?
gap with the sword.
He was very messy.
Yes, that was a very good critical.
As you can tell, your spiritual leader wasn't a kobold.
And he was also very spiritual.
Yeah, he was fooling you all.
He looks confused. And behind him, you can hear muttering in Draconic. And he kind of turns his head and he goes, "Shh."
What were they saying? Can I hear it?
Yes. How do we know? So one of them was whispering to the other, how do we know it's who they claim it to be? And the chieftain kind of looks at you and says, you have killed Tartuk? That is more than we could have asked for. Soot scales owe you big debt. And he kind of slaps his hand against his chest and gives you like no, not the Hitler sign. Just slaps his hand against his chest.
That goes out to us.
Oh, he's American.
Just kind of puts his hand across his chest and says, Soot scale owes you.
You're very welcome. Do you have the items we require?
Tartuk had them. You take anything here that was Tartuk's. We don't wish to have anything to do with it. It is yours. It is yours. We owe you.
I think
Well,
a
thank you very
lasting
much.
piece with the Mitflix would be part of that as well, right?
Yes, go back to the old
I
games
believe
you
that was
used to
on the
play. Yeah.
We can do that. Yes, we will not. We will not attack or otherwise cause any inconvenience to our nearby brothers.
Thank you, Chief. You're an honourable man.
We repay you at some point in the future to our best ability. You just ask. We come.
Why, thank you. We're hoping to one day rule these lands, and we would we think it very good of you if you join us at some point.
I shall whisper to
Visibly
Medi.
looks quite sceptical about that.
Allies are better
I
than
should
enemies.
Just whisper. I don't think we should announce that when we're at such a low level. People will start to try and come and kill us.
What's this level thing you talk about?
You exactly. So, how I would describe it, Dar, is
Inexperienced.
yeah, we are just inexperienced, right? Or you could reference it as seasons. We don't have many seasons in this land under our belt, or something along those lines. But you know,
what to say, but it couldn't come out.
yeah, level is a game construct, not an in-world construct that people would recognise.
Need to stop calling Medi because he's not Medi.
I know. It's all right. I do the same all the time. Ember, Dart,
Yeah.
Dember,
What will you do now that
Embart.
Tartuk is no longer guiding you?
I will take back rulership of the Soot Scales. After all, I am Chief Sutscale. And he kind of turns and he says something to the kobolds in Draconic, and it kind of for Coruscant, it's very much I am Chief Sutscale. Yes, you agree, and they nod. They nod like very vehemently. And one of them says, "Yes, yes, yes, Chieftain. Yes, Chieftain. You are Lord of Sutscales. You are Chief Sutscale."
Assuming
I
that
want-
they are scared of him and therefore will do what he says.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I want to know what that little ship was doing here in the first place. What
I
was he
want to
trying
ask
to
the chief
achieve?
something as well.
I've been following Lady Jumandi's wishes. We were sent here to stabilize the area and create a kingdom. Not
He doesn't
Which is
look like
something
he's
he wasn't
stabilizing the
doing.
kingdom.
That's a
Seems
hell
he's
of
making it
a
worse.
way. He was creating war and conflict. That's not stabilizing.
Destabilizing.
I agree with the warrior.
Depends how you look at it. If you're only here for civilized people, or who you perceive as civilized people, then to get the uncivilized to fight each other, they do the job for you.
perhaps an underhanded way of doing it, though.
Speaking of which, do we think kobolds would be any good at mining?
You don't know.
Yeah.
It'd be very. Well, I'm not going to mention the thing that we found.
No, not yet.
What
But
thing?
we'll need a workforce.
We will need a workforce. There is that. Got to leave the candles alone, though. I hear.
Oh, you mean the? All right, yeah, back in a
Sorry.
couple of episodes ago.
That's where I was going.
You're still quite quiet, Dart, which I think is one of the reasons why people are kind of not pausing to let you talk.
Hello.
Hello.
Is that better?
Little bit.
Yeah.
I think I was mumbling.
No need to shout.
I went into my sort of not speaking up.
You are.
Yeah, I was gonna ask the chieftain. That statue that you broke. Does that mean you're not gonna be doing this kind of demon thing anymore?
We will continue to worship as we have done, but we will worship in a different way. No longer do I think it is appropriate to worship a mere physical representation of that which we have not seen. We will worship the spiritual representation of that which we believe to be our leader.
And what is that?
It is a name that I've forgotten.
Sharptooth? Is that it?
Sharptooth, yes.
Who is it?
Sharptooth, old Sharptooth, yes. We believe that old Sharptooth is real, and we will continue to worship it. Though, and he sort of says this in common and goes kind of a little bit quiet. He says, though I do wonder whether it was merely, and he gestures to the dead form of Tartukio. He says, I do wonder whether it was merely him pretending that old Sharptooth spoke to him, but it is too soon for the tribe to give up those ways. We will continue guidedly to continue to worship old Sharptooth. Yes.
Barristan lets out like a fairly subdued but kind of back of the throat growl. He seems very perturbed by this. Can I do a law religion and see if I've ever heard of this thing?
Yes, you absolutely can.
I guess blind GM roll is on the cards.
Indeed. Oh shit.
Is that my crit for the night, Zed?
That is your crit for the night. Bastard, right. Okay, I'm going to whisper something to you in game.
This game is brought to you by. Well, I'm going to fling my shield onto my back again.
No worries.
And just start ferreting around to see if I can find anything of value or interest, or the book is still intriguing to me. But I'm not willing to approach it. I think I'll leave that. I'm too
Austin's got that.
cynical. I'll leave that to the rather sickly looking mage.
There's a pile of stuff over there.
You're right, Saw. Should you be here tonight, mate?
I'll try not to throw up on camera.
Oh god.
Gee.
If you do, make sure you look the camera right in the eye.
Yeah.
Own it.
You notice that the more Barristan kind of is stood
Try
around here, the more agitated he gets.
Try muting yourself as well if you're going to.
You're right, Barristan. Looking a bit edgy there.
I suggest you go and get some air, Barristan. Maybe tense the Mitflit outside and get him out of his cage.
We'll speak about this again soon. Let's be out of here quickly.
Okay. The chief goes, do you not wish, and he kind of points to that pile of stuff. That is where Tartuk threw the treasure. And with that, he kind of gestures to his men and kind of goes like that, and they turn and start walking off.
Yeah, we need that ring.
Are they all gone from this area? Like out of it, Shazad?
Yeah, they will. The three of them will wander off, and they will head to their own, back to their chambers, and basically leave you to it.
And Evil, you are still Lootmeister, right?
I've never been Lootmeister. I have assisted with that. We didn't need to get that far, and I'm hoping we don't need to do that in this group.
Okay. I'll move cash over generally, but I generally won't move items.
I have been moving some items, so I've been putting them straight into party loot.
By all means, put things into the party loot, and then decide from there how you want to distribute them.
As we're kind of looking around the room and you're going through this stuff, Barristan said, "I have a concern, and maybe I need to do some further reading. My days in the temple, I did read a few manuscripts on fiends and devils, and I believe the sharp tooth may actually be a real devil. This could be a problem."
Is it a problem that we need to try and solve?
This is dangerous. This could become a cult or a problem for us, particularly in the long term. These creatures will not integrate if they are worshippers of this creature.
And they used to speak to the kobold boss, right? That's what he said before Tartuk came along.
Did he say that, or did you say Tartuk was the one that was instigating this worship?
So it was always. So they've always worshipped the statue. They've never had a response until Tartuk came and interpreted the response of old Sharptooth.
And Tartuk was the one that instigated all sacrifices too.
Correct.
The previous regime didn't.
Either way, what I know of this devil, this creature, I believe it's a horned devil. They would not let these creatures go easily if they have been worshipping them in the past. We'd have to do something extreme to wrest them from this devil's influence. I feel that may not even be possible.
I think the chief is open to change. That much is evident.
And he smashed the statue as well.
And he did appear open to change over Sharptooth. I'd say given the guidance and given the time, it could slowly be done that the teachings change.
Garen, give me an occultism roll.
Certainly.
Ariston, do you think we need to carry on looking around this warren before we leave?
I would think that we may want to have a small look around, but I would have thought Tartuccio probably would have gathered anything of import here. He was clearly no fool and was involved with this creature, perhaps.
The comment that you just made there, Garen, you kind of mull that over in your head, and you're not actually sure that that's you. If you remember, Tartuk stated that not having the statue would bring about a curse upon the tribe, and you suspect that the main reason he broke it was in his head that would sever the curse and allow them to take direct action against Tartuk.
That's right. Yeah.
Mm.
I remember you said that last week. Sorry. Yeah.
Does nobody want the soiled bag?
Have you
Oh no.
got the ring?
I mean,
Are we looking
What-
for everything?
Whoever picked up the ring, it was in the sword bag. So
It's in. I put everything in the party loot for now. There was
bad.
there's a +1 weapon rune or something in there as well. So
correct.
we need to have a talk about that.
I'll
At
take
some point.
these sleeping arrows, please.
Sleeping arrows? What the fuck?
There was two.
There were
sleeping
2
arrows.
sleeping arrows in there. Yep.
Don't wake
TF, they're not on the list.
I believe embers are our resident archer. Makes
Yep.
sense.
Were they not supposed to be in there then?
No, they're fine.
They're fine.
Oh no, they are. They are. I've seen them. I should really kind of mask all of them and make you kind of learn them, but I'll do
Yeah.
that going forwards.
There was a weapon potency +1. There you go. That's what it was.
Correct.
And I picked up his journal as well because I think somebody should probably take a look at that to see if he
Well,
had.
I started looking at that.
Oh, okay.
The journal is written in Undercommon.
Which you speak.
I speak that, which is good.
It seems to be literally a diary or journal of Tartukio.
Okay.
That'd be an amazing work of fiction.
You're going to need to spend like a good couple of nights of like rest time to really decipher it. But flicking through it, he talks a lot about a patron, and the early parts of the diary talk about how he wants to. You get the gist. Amongst the words, he mentions his patron a lot, and in the same context, he mentions about impressing his patron. But you'll need more detail, and I see that Coruscant's had to depart briefly. Okay, cool. As far as you know, unless you want to do something directly with the soot scales, you kind of think you've done here.
I think it requires further discussion. Barristan's willing to pause on any kind of direct action immediately. Very begrudgingly. But he really thinks this is a bad idea, letting these things fester in these lands if we're going to start a kingdom. And in fact, longer term anyway, regardless of whether we do or not.
So do you propose that we exterminate the problem?
No.
I was asking Barristan.
I mean,
Well, I'm giving my opinion. Thank you.
I would propose that, removing this threat would be a very good idea. If we can find a more peaceful solution, Barristan's not against that, but I think it would be very difficult. If you can get these couples to church every Sunday, be my guest, but I'm not confident. I'd rather know the threat is removed, and they've more than done enough to warrant it, judging by all this crap in the corner.
To be fair, that wasn't them. That was Tartuccio.
No,
I suspect
Tartuccio's
has been getting them to do this.
correct. Yeah,
Yeah. Well,
Tartuccio's been getting them to deliver any treasure that they took from any raids that they participated in, and drop them down in that pile because he was a greedy bastard.
but he's the one that's caused them to go out and do that in the first place.
There's a lot of other bits. There's a bunch of other stuff in there that you can directly trace back to Oleg's trading post as well, by the way.
Oh, well, in which case, well, we don't know whether they've just taken out the bandits or.
Remember the Mitflix?
Was there a ring in there?
Yeah, I
Yes.
believe so.
Yes, there was.
Is it matching the description that Svetlana gave us? I believe it's Svetlana.
Yes.
No idea.
Bring up Google Drive.
Well, let's take the Mitflick captives back to his own people and explain the situation to them.
Yeah, because we've got to stop them. Tell them to stop attacking the kobolds.
I mean, I don't necessarily trust them either, but
I don't trust them.
they haven't necessarily caused enough trouble. But I'm very concerned about the kobolds.
They're gremlins. They cause trouble.
Yeah, but if they cause trouble out in the wilderness at their tree, I'm okay with that.
Well, that's fine. They've done nothing to. They've been very honourable to us. They've kept to their word, and I think that stands them in good stead. Guys, we can all say what could they be in the future, but we don't know that, do we? What could we be in the future?
Well, that's it.
I mean, I'm standing that you Barristan, are quite a bloodthirsty priest. But let's see what happens in the future, shall we?
Not at all. I haven't suggested we get rid of the Mitflits. I've suggested that we might have problems with a devil worshipping sect of kobolds.
I do think we should cross that bridge when we come to it. If it does turn out that way, I'm not going to massacre a whole tribe.
I fear it might be sooner than you would like, but I think we should monitor the situation, certainly.
That's fine.
Also taking note of that name that you've sent me, Seth.
Which square was which hexagonal was the Mitflit layer on?
Zed, I have a sickened condition. Should I be rolling for that to get rid of it?
You can.
I would assume you've dropped it by now. You've probably been retching quietly in a corner to get rid of it.
Yeah. I'll assume I'm not frightened anymore as well.
Right.
I have a question about these arrows. So even though there's magic arrows, they'll break if I shoot one.
Correct. They auto break.
What about the ones I bought with my grappling arrows? Are they the same thing?
Any ammunition breaks, I believe.
Yeah, but is animation that is supposed to stick into the wall, or shooting a rope or something?
You're right, Saul.
That wasn't pleasant.
Did you fail your fortitude save? Yeah.
Not one.
All right, well, let's get out of here and go back see the Mitflicks then. That's the next.
Reasonable.
All right. So you depart the kobold's lair.
I shall wave bye-bye and say, see you later. We'll see you again when we come to kill you.
It's probably...
We'll see you soon.
We should return by a different hex to do some exploration on the way back, shouldn't we? If we can.
Did we speak to the chief before we left?
You spoke to him and he did go back to his chambers. Do you wish to speak to him further?
I'm assuming Barristan just told us what he told us.
Yes.
I will ask whether they want me to speak to him.
What, speak to...
Give the chief heads up.
See which way the wind blows. Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
Not a bad idea.
I forget the chief's name, to be honest with you. Where's me?
Is it Gavin? Gavin? No. Oh no, that's somebody else. He was not sharp. Was he? Was he Sharptooth? No, that was the thing.
No,
yeah, he was chief. He was chief Sutscale.
Sutscale. That's
Sutscale. There you go.
The devil that they worship and they call Sharptooth. Barristan has shared he believes is a real devil with references to.
Yeah, because the imagery and the statue were all horned devils, weren't they?
Yep.
Mm.
And he's very concerned that this is going to be a problem if we don't deal with it.
Yep.
Maybe not today, but you know.
Yeah.
I'm not saying, hey, look, you might be able to turn them from evil. However, in his experience,
One would hope so. They are intelligent creatures, and even in civilized lands, people are led astray to follow false causes and evil causes.
It's very true.
And the evil
they are generally hung and imprisoned.
Mm.
I think
not all
Barristan-
of them. Some of them
escape.
Yeah,
some of them rule nations.
Yeah.
I think
And should be
Barristan's
cast
just
down.
trying to get his
You're right.
100th village burning.
I don't know why you're looking at me.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll Barristan's happy to leave it for now.
No, go and speak to him.
I'll ask the chief whether he can spare a short amount of time before we head off.
Chief shrugs. I can do. What you need, tall one.
My friend, in there, big guy, very passionate, very holy looking. He's given us some details about this sharp tooth that you worship. Can I ask, did your tribe? What's the history? Did your tribe always worship them, or did you just come across this place and the symbols were already in place? Is that handed down chieftain to chieftain, that history?
Yes. Sutscales always worshipped Old Sharptooth for as long as tribe history exists. Why?
And have you always been in here?
Yes, always. This has always been our home.
Okay.
Ever since humans left, it has been our home.
Since the humans left here?
Yes.
And you took over? Okay. Interesting.
Remember, there was a sign outside the cave that said Oak Top Silver Mine in Common, or in Talden.
So, when your tribe moved here, were these paintings and carvings on the wall already here?
No. No, my forebearers, my chief of chief, dedicated chamber to Old Sharptooth.
And was that the first you'd heard of Sharptooth?
The first I've heard of Sharptooth was when I was born into a tribe.
I meant the tribe. Was that the first your tribe had worshipped them? Or did they bring...
They brought it with them.
Okay.
Why? You wish to worship? You wish to convert and worship Sharptooth?
Well,
I lead you to our temple and we pray.
Unfortunately, I don't. Although,
oh, great Sharptooth, bringer of joy!
Can I hear this?
I'm going to physically hold Barristan back.
That may be something that you would want, but in our understanding of the entity that the creature that you worship, it is a deceiver. It is not what it seems. And brings...
Why do tall ones say that? Are you jealous of Sharptooth? Are you jealous of our worship? We have never been visited by Sharptooth. No, if Tartuk was false, then everything he said Sharptooth is not true.
We have histories with this entity and his kin. All across the nations that are beyond what you can see.
There are other Sharptooths?
He has brethren. Yes, he is not singular. And they have a history of deceiving and leading their followers to ruin.
That is interesting. I do not think we have been deceived other than by Tartuk. No. We were fairly peaceful. We had fun with the gremlins, but Tartuk made us fight them, told us that that was the will of Sharptooth, told us that the statue was cursed, and if we did not do the will of Sharptooth, we would die. But that was the first time that that had ever happened. Old Chief Sootscale was slow and afraid of Tartuk. I'm not afraid of Sharptooth. He is something that we have grown with over our many lifespans, generations, you'd probably say.
Yeah.
Many generations of our tribe.
So before Tartuk, what was your belief of Sharptooth? What did he guide you to do?
Oh, he guided us to hunt, raid, have some fun, and occasionally offer sacrifice to him.
You see, this is the side of his being that is problematic. You are offering sacrifice to him, and that gives him power over you to corrupt you. You will not see it happening, but your tribe will be led to ruin this way. As my colleague mentioned, we have been sent here by the nation we come from to search this land and, well, civilize it as best we can. I don't like using this term because I believe you're relatively civil people. And you have your place in this world. But were you to continue in this path, and was Sharptooth to lead you down a path of conflict, and were there more humans here, I believe that would lead to a demise of your strong, good tribe. I believe potentially, I know you are wise. If you look beyond the short term into the long term, for your tribe to exist in peace with the people around here, the Mitflits, and prosper, I think potentially you may need to temper the darker sides of your worship.
I
understatement.
I understand what you are saying, Tall One. I shall pray to old Sharptooth for guidance on this matter. And he nods at you.
Well, do let me know how that works out, and we will act accordingly thereafter.
I will. He says with a big grin in his face. Toothy grin appears.
Hopefully, we'll go back to the Mitflits, tell them of the peace that they wanted as well. We'll take the Mitflit from outside back to them.
Take him. He was eating our food anyway. He is a nothing good for anything. Yes, take him.
Hopefully, you will be open to, at some point in the near future, a meeting of your two tribes to eat together and
Not each other.
Not each other. Eat together and break food to the coming peace and work together. And I believe that we may have tasks for you. You are strong hunters. We are already partners almost with the task that we've undertaken for you and freeing your tribe from Tartuk.
I continue to watch Barristan out of the corner of my eye.
But Barristan can't hear any of this.
Oh, you're still outside. You've gone.
Well, no. You've gone to see the chief on your own, haven't you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You are strong hunters and
This
very.
conversation wouldn't have lasted this long with Barristan.
Oh no, it'd have ended. You need a new chief. One that's more open to change.
Yeah, and follow Shaylin.
And you are hunters. You are trackers. You are good scouts. And we have problematic people in this area who are also sowing chaos. You may have run foul of them. The humans that wear the stag brooch like this, and I'll show him. They are our problem. We don't want them to be yours, and we will do our best to remove them. But at times or sometime in the future, we may call on you to maybe scout an area for us as an act of cooperation.
Well, as I promised, in front of my tribe, we owe you one, and we will pay you back at some point to the best we can. Yes. Now, I go worship. Do you wish to follow? Do you wish to join?
No, but in your worship, do bear in mind my suggestions and guidance. It comes from a place of, well, knowledge and caring, should I say.
Understood.
And I'll bow my head to him, and I'll walk out.
I just had a thought. As we've been poking around in the mine, is there any sign that this could be turned into an active silver mine again? Or has it been mined out from what we can see?
Do you have any kind of law geology, anything like that?
Mining law's another one.
Law mining.
No, I just got my crafting, but I haven't got anything fancy.
Give me a crafting roll. But it's going to be really hard. It's going to be a hard DC, but give me a crafting roll.
I suspect Coriston could probably help me with that.
If he asks, I can take a look. I can.
Oh, look at that!
To be honest,
I don't need to. I think you've got some good ideas.
As you're exiting, you notice a slight glint in one of the glows, and there does appear to be a small silver seam at the bottom of one of the cave walls. You think there might be some value in
Killing
this
the
mine.
kobolds.
All right, that's good to know.
Just
So we've
saying,
got-
there's an upside to not having any kobolds.
Or we get the kobolds to do the heavy lifting for us.
Maybe.
They'll be too busy to engage in any nefarious activities.
That would be a grand kingdom we'd be creating.
I'm
And I hope to see it one day.
I'm going to break a little bit of tradition, and I'm just because I think it's important so you understand partly how the game works, and I think Kendall is on the right track. There are things and people and groups that you can encounter that you can, when you establish a kingdom, basically bring into your kingdom, and they would then do things for you. Some of those groups, the kobolds are one of those groups where, exactly as you've just said, they can become the caretakers of the mine and contribute an amount, I'm not going to say how much, but contribute an amount of ore to the kingdom every kingdom turn. But there is a detriment, which you've already been discussing, and that is the kobolds' disposition of devil worship has a detrimental, or can have a detrimental effect on the kingdom's corruption level, for example. But then there is a way within the kingdom system where you can effectively get rid of that corruption without killing the kobolds.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it's called spending a kingdom turn on genocide. And I'm
You can
fine with that.
absolutely so yes, you can absolutely kill the kobolds. That is a valid thing to do, But once they become part of your kingdom, you've then got to remember how does that look on all the citizens of your kingdom. So every action that you do could have a consequence in terms of how your kingdom reacts to you. So if you want to kill the kobolds, you probably want to do it before you establish a kingdom and pretend they were never there. Or
just that we have a week of downtime, and Barristan comes back and he hands a bag of money to what looks like a mercenary, and goes, "Hi guys, how's everything going?"
Yeah. So I don't want to I'm not going to spoil anything else now, but because I think it's a really important part for you to understand about how parts of the game work, or this campaign works. So, to Guy's point, yes, you can absolutely use this as a mine. It will definitely generate income for you in the form of ore commodities, and you can leverage the kobolds to do that. There is a consequence. But then there is a mechanism within the kingdom turn that allows you at some point to remove that consequence.
Yeah, I'd be looking long term to sort of like get them in, accept what they are at the moment, that they're open to change, that we can that we can bring them into the kingdom as a useful functioning unit, and guide them, and break those preconceptions of what kobolds are.
Barristan's gonna need some convincing.
So eventually,
I'm very convinced.
Eventually, you can use what's known as the send diplomatic envoy action during your kingdom turn. That can eventually consider them to worship a lesser evil deity.
A lesser evil deity. Still, I'm going as an envoy.
Your envoy would be. I went there. There's none of them there.
No kobolds there.
They've all gone.
In fact, here's a note written in common and not my handwriting, saying so long and thanks for the help.
Thanks for all the fish.
Yeah. And then the settlement down on the lakeside goes, my lord, why was there a load of kobolds washed up come running down the stream?
Guess they couldn't figure out how to swim.
Kobolds like lemmings.
For the record, Barristan is not bloodthirsty. He may have hung a bunch of bandits. He's never taken any pleasure in it.
No, I don't see Barristan as bloodthirsty at all. I see Barristan as actually quite honourable and performing to the letter of the charter that he's been given.
He's never took pleasure in it apart from that one time at band camp. I'm not stand the flute.
All right, what you doing?
Right,
we're returning to the Mitflits, the gremlins.
But are we going to go back via an unexplored hex so we can?
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Kill two birds with one stone, two kobolds with one stone.
I mean, Barristan will talk to you probably as we're camping and stuff like that. And as he says, he's got really grave reservations about this.
Yeah,
but he recognises not everyone shares his opinion.
Yeah, and that I was just going to say that conversation we've just had could be what we're doing on the ride or whatever.
Pretty much, yeah.
But without the game mechanics.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
He's willing to spend some time, see what happens with this, but at the first sign that there's going to be trouble here, he may need to part ways with you if you're not going to help him.
I think Kendall's fairly similar. He's certainly not enthusiastic in getting into any kind of fight. He would rather avoid that, and he's willing to give the benefit of the doubt until proven wrong.
I'm the same, to be quite honest, because there have been generations, I said, with this worshipping this thing, and what have they done? Nothing really, have they? They led a few bandits.
Well, quite. But it's a real entity they're worshipping, and this may cause more problems.
And the only way you know that is a success on a DC 30 religion check or a critical. It's physically designed that you've got a 1 in 20 chance at the point that you learn about it to actually succeed. You rolled a freaking 20. Bastard.
Nice.
Okay, Okay. So choices. I mean, you know that they're in the old sycamore, which is this hex here. So you can just travel there. You can probably just travel there. You don't need to reconnoiter because you know where it is. So you can just get there probably before the end of the day, actually. Or you could travel to, up or downstream. So upstream this way, downstream this way, and then swing round. But that will take you into the following day, most probably.
Is that where this is where the goblins are? And
That's where the gremlins are, yes.
sorry, gremlins.
Yeah.
So it's only one survivor anyway.
I think if you go up river and check the valley, make sure this bridge is in good working order. Or
That bridge doesn't look like it's actually a bridge.
Mm-hmm.
It looks damaged in the picture.
Well, it's up to you. You tell me which way you're going.
I'd say let's go via the bridge. Any other dissenters?
No, that sounds fine.
yeah, if we stay on the left hand side of the river, then we're fine.
Can we check under the bridge for trolls, just in case?
Go this way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so by the time you get to there, let me just... I need to take my glasses off. They're doing my head in. As the point you get to there, let me bring up, obviously, the... Who's yawning? Stop yawning. My game is not boring. If my game is boring...
Oh, no. No,
Go
it's
ahead.
not.
Not
No.
boring. I'm just tired.
Okay, so you are going to travel one hex, which is going to take you...
Incidentally, that rune is that are we able to put it onto an item ourselves, or do we need somebody else to do it? How does
You
that work?
need somebody to craft it.
You said you need to be
Before anybody rolls, grab that guidance across onto yourselves for your rolls. Just imagine. I'll just cast it on all of you.
Oh,
Oh, hang on.
Yeah.
Oh, we need to put.
I don't really see this. Oh, I see.
Can we drag it onto ourselves when it's the party that's up?
Should be able to.
I just see the prepare campsite at the moment.
I need to put you back on your horses tomorrow, so remind me. If you need to drag it on yourself, the quickest way to do it would be just switch to the landing page, drag it onto your token on the landing page, then flick back. It's not a problem.
Okay.
Is that everybody? That's everybody, isn't it? Yes. Okay.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, there's less stuff on the camping.
Let's see if I can critical fail this one again.
Mm,
Oh, there's less stuff in the camp.
I hope not.
Hang on,
Hey.
that's because
There's less things on the camping page.
there is.
Oh my.
Is that on purpose?
Also, Barafton definitely before we camp wants to have words with Kendall about his sleeping on the watch. So that's 3 times now, like in a row.
It's been, raining and tired and
It's hard travel, I know.
hard travel.
There you go. I've ticked on almost everything. There's a couple I've not turned on because I don't think it's relevant. So there's all of the kind of options I think you can do.
You can only do one each, though, right?
You can
Yeah.
because you can until somebody does camp management and survives with a critical, and then everybody gets 2, or if it's a success, everybody gets 1.
Can we roll?
Is anybody
Yeah.
injured?
Hang on, I'll roll this thing. No, I don't get. Oh, critical. Is it? I don't know.
It's a cracking start.
I don't know what I rolled. It's all very secret.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Okay. Jack, you go off and you start to... Ember finds yet another fairly average, kind of mundane, not really advantageous kind of place to camp. You do your best to hide it. You do a very good job of it, actually.
Oh, right. Okay. That's good.
Once again, Kendall's attempt at creating an environment whereby you organise the watch in a good way does not seem to pay off very well.
Is he asleep again? Can I kick his boot?
Well, he's not asleep, but Okay.
He looks
Dude's a trained fucking soldier. He should know
All
what
right.
the hell he's doing.
And
Go get
that's why he
yourself
left the military.
Yeah. Get yourself some food, everybody.
Oh, good.
Did we find much in the way of provisions?
You found nothing because nobody went to find any. Oh no, Ember failed her survival check, so she found.
Oh,
no.
I see. I see. We'll go for a basic. That's it. Mm.
And then Corriston rolls the check because he is the cook. I hope nobody's skipping a meal.
Oh no.
I'm assuming if we do basic meal, that will get cooked from rations or not?
Yes, it will.
Garen, are you skipping?
Don't skip meal. We still have plenty of rations. Oleg's trade is a few days away.
Mm.
I dragged myself onto it, and it's not.
No, you haven't.
There you go.
Yeah, I did it. Well, who did I drag across? Oh, maybe I dragged you across. Didn't I?
Okay, Corriston, roll your
Yep. Just
cooking.
trying to change this over to cook.
Mm-hmm.
It won't do it, will it?
No, well, it's there to select, but it won't do it.
Maybe you can only do it on hearty meal.
Mm.
I can change hearty meal to cooking.
Oh no,
Well, they're kobold feet. 7
can-
kobold feet.
Yeah, you got cobalt feet. You can use a cooking skill. So why is it not letting you do it?
It's
oh,
changed it
it's
on mine.
changed over now. It's
Oh, it has
changed
now.
over
Yeah,
now.
changed
Yeah,
over.
it's changed over. Yeah.
Maybe everybody was clicking it at the same time and it was getting confused. Lag, yeah. And you can't blame my machine anymore because I've got 900 meg, so not laggy. Except it's the server, it's the Oracle server, not me. Okay, roll your cooking skill.
Just gonna add this guidance in.
You've got legit cooking law, have you?
He has.
Very nice.
Ooh.
Yeah, I took the seasoned feat for cooking and stuff. So I am a
Just so you know,
I am a chef.
For the chef. I was thinking about it.
just so you know,
We
rather
should
go to
talk-
landing
we
screen,
haven't-
just drop it onto your character sheet.
We haven't talked about skills, have we? To make sure that we're not kind of doubling up on the same skills or anything.
Okay, you may apply meal effects and remove ingredients. Just one person click it because I think it applies to everybody who's got a basic meal.
I guess get
Somebody click
do it
it.
again.
Yay.
There you go.
Was missing 10 basic ingredients. What does that mean? Does that mean we don't get fed or?
Ooh.
We don't have any basics.
Mm.
Which are the basic ones?
We'll have like a meat
Green.
stew without the meat.
I think it's the green looking one.
So I think what that means is you don't get the effect of the meal, but you're still full.
Oh, okay.
It's like a Big Mac then.
Yeah, just like a Big Mac. It tastes nice going down, but and then that might be subjective.
Just talking around the campfire, I think Kendall makes a very good point. Where do our skills lie? Barristan says mainly in medicine, in all fairness.
Crafting for me. I'm sitting there whittling a piece of wood or something, polishing a shield.
I see you've updated the party sheet, Zed. If you go onto the party sheet now, on the overview, it's got a list of all the skills, and if you click on it, you can see what everybody's got.
Okay.
Yeah, I turned it on
It's quite useful.
because, as Sorentar pointed out, it is very useful.
Oh, nice. Whereas myself, I'm mainly oratory.
Kendall's up on the top of the list for quite a few things. I love how Everybody's on a religion of 0 to 2, and then Barristan goes to 7. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay, so there you go.
I always knew that Garen was a lying bastard.
What?
In fact, I don't know that Garen's
No.
a lying bastard.
It's strange that crafting isn't showing up for me. Why am I only +4? I thought I was.
Yeah,
plus-
my society's not showing up either.
Oh no, I know why it's not showing up, but I need to have another look at my character sheet after this.
All right. Following day, then you can have your. I am going to do this. So the following day,
You're at +4 for society.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're on there.
Oh, it does if you hover over it. I see.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Look, if you look at the landing page, you've got all sorts of effects running on you.
Oh yeah, we have. There's camp effects because I enhanced the campfire to get the better roll on the cooking.
Everybody rests. All of those effects drop. Let's have a look what happens. Ember awakens well rested. Barristan awakens. All of his spell slots are restored. You awake to a rather nice sunny day, late autumn day.
Huzzah.
Very good.
And I am going to mount you all. For now.
Huzzah.
I'm still not feeling quite 100%.
I could do some treat wounds. If that would help.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Could you have done that? Could you have done that before bed?
I would have.
Awake-
Well, I would
yeah.
have done that before bed. Yeah. I can do it once an hour. So
I'll give you a massage before bed and sort you out.
I'm not
Lovely.
mounted. I need to be mounted.
To give me a massage.
You are now mounted. The reason you weren't mounted is a token for you on the screen did not seem to want to mount you.
Why are you still bandaged?
Playing hard to get.
That bandage thing's supposed to be there still.
84 minutes remaining. It should drop. You haven't just healed yourself, have you, Barristan?
Nope.
Okay, so we'll drop that then.
Yeah, if you could give Kendall a quick patch up.
I certainly can. So if I double click Kendall and I hit treat wounds. Oh no, I've just applied treat wounds immunity to myself. That's the right button. I mean, I hope it goes well. It did not go well.
No.
Sorry. I mean, I can do it every hour, so I can give it another go.
Yeah. When the patient he moved.
Failed again.
Rolled off that one though, which is good.
Yep.
Sorry, ignore all the spell I'm doing because it's like. I
mean, I had my one good roll tonight, and I'm afraid now it's back to my usual performance.
All right, well, let's go see the gremlins then.
How ill are you?
I'm all right. I could be topped up, but it's not urgent.
Okay. Well, maybe when we get there, I'll have another look at that wound.
Okay. Let's take a quick 10-minute break. I just want to grab a drink and quick skim of
whiskey time.
It's whiskey time. Yep. Quick skim of something, and then we'll be back.
Get a +2 if I'm in the wilderness.
There you go.
I'll get +2 if I decide to.
I just got. Is it that Pacific Ride? Oh, I love that. Yeah, Pacific Drive, whatever it's called. The yeah, it's a freebie on Humble. Yeah, decent games this week this month on Humble. Is that 30 minutes in? Oh, that's alright. I should get that done then. It's really good, Spider-Man. I've had that for ages. It's really, very, very good. So this month on Humble, you got Pacific Drive, Homeworld 3, Wild Hearts, Tales of Kenzera Zhao, something called Gravity Circuit, Sermo Pass, which looks quite fun. Yeah.
You'd moved into this hex, but you hadn't explored it. So do this. Let me bring your camp back up. All right. So are you going to reconnoiter the hex?
Yep.
Yep.
Are you traveling on the north side of the river or the south side of the river?
North side, because if that bridge is no good, then we'd have to worry about crossing.
Yeah.
Well, the question is, the hex below it, were we on the north side or south side? Ah.
Do you have to worry about that kind of terrain features? That's like if I thought it would just do the whole hex. We're gonna
You
have
do
to
the
kind
whole
of-
hex, but this is it's somewhat important for this instance. But you're traveling on the north side. That's fine. Okay. You can now follow mostly take time to follow the river northwards. Eventually, you kind of find that there is a path. Although the path seems to be a little bit overgrown now, you find a path on that north bank of the river that kind of comes in from some trees. The trees show sign of deforestation, and as you continue along, you eventually come to this.
Oh.
Nettles Crossing. Well, that looks a bit fucked, doesn't it?
I've been there.
Yeah, literally, what you see is as you come out of some trees, you notice that the path kind of backs round on itself and comes to what looks like it would have been some kind of rope crossing. You can see two parts of the rope bridge kind of dangling and trailing in the river, along with the rest of the bridge, by the looks of things. That's
Oh,
probably
is this
what
like
that
a
is.
ferry crossing?
At some point, this would have been a walkway crossing. The thing that you also notice on the south side of the river here appears to be a burnt out and collapsed in on itself building.
Hmm. Okay.
I wonder if that was like a toll house or something.
What's this thing?
Well, that's what I was thinking. It looks kind of like a ferry crossing, like the rope, because it's got knots in. Might have been
Yeah,
used
that's what I was
before.
wondering. With the
One
smashed
thick
ferry.
and
Although, yeah,
sagging,
there you see those.
one thick and sagging rope hangs across the river. All that remains of the bridge that once spanned it. You can see that there is a at the edge of the river here, just here, is a sign that reads in common, Nettles Crossing, 5 coppers, ring bell for service.
Is there a bell?
There is a bell.
I'll ring it.
You ring the bell. Okay, so that puts you at the sign.
Yeah, slightly like.
Nothing could possibly go wrong.
No,
what,
don't say it.
what are we expecting here, though? No bridge, and there's no house.
The bridge reforms.
You know, probably
No.
like a ghostly apparition of a ferryman comes up
Yeah.
and just takes us all to
Oh,
You know.
that'd be so good.
a totally different campaign again, Zed.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, give me perception rolls, everybody.
Oh my god. Oh, hang on, I can do it for me, can't I?
By the way, you can turn those lights off, guys. You don't need them on.
Perception. Where's my perception? I always have trouble finding. Oh, there it is. Found it. Yes.
Oh, I need new dice, I swear to God.
Lovely jubbly.
Not a great set of rolls, folks.
Well, I don't know. 21's pretty nice.
You get over 15.
I'd say there's
yeah,
some
it's
pretty good.
all right.
Oh, there we go.
25's very good.
You got a 24, 25, and 18.
Yeah, nice one, Ember.
Okay.
It seems like you couldn't stay awake. Then that 24 makes up for
You
it.
got really good
What?
rest.
More importantly,
Sleeping on
what
watch.
did Kendall roll?
24.
Kendall.
That's good.
As you ring the bell, movement beyond just the white waters amongst the rubble and detritus of the bridge catches your attention, and a figure climbs out of the water looking like that. It seems to be a kind of a ragged figure that carries a
Boat hook or
Harpoon or
something, is
something.
it?
Yeah, boat hook maybe. Yeah.
it is it's not a rancer actually.
Oh, what?
A rancer.
Rancer.
A rancer.
Don't know what that is. One of them.
It's
Yes,
a
I
big
think it's
long it's a big long reach weapon that has it's like a halberd, but it's not. The ability to disarm, but it has reach. And it starts to move through the water.
Shields up.
Towards
Take
you.
it.
Can I do
Step
a
back towards
recall
Barristan.
knowledge on it to try and figure out what it is?
You can absolutely do a recall knowledge. Yeah, I need a religion check.
I'm also
I think
probably gonna arm myself.
Yeah, I think shields up and does it? I'm assuming it doesn't look very fucking friendly.
Everybody.
At the moment, it's
horses.
far away and seems to be moaning to itself as it starts to clamber up out of the water.
Is it moaning like more money customers can't go to bed?
That's my good
better
rolls.
rest.
Just pulled him out of retirement.
It's undead. But what
Thought
you
it might have
don't know. But what you don't know. I mean, it seems to be more. Certainly seems to be more intelligent than a zombie. That's about all I'm
Okay.
going to tell you.
So it's got the glint of some kind of.
There
thought
is a
behind
glint
it.
of some kind of thought driving it. Yes,
Stop where you are and tell us what you're up to.
its intimidation is amazing. As you call out to it, it seems to raise its rancer and then then this kind of voice, eerie, soggy, kind of dripping with water kind of voice goes, "You are not my tormentors. Bring me the stag lord's body. Throw him into the river that I may look upon his face in death, or join me instead." And he kind of brings his rancer down and stands there.
Who are you and what happened to this bridge?
He doesn't answer.
The Stag Lord is the bandit leader, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Are you Nettle?
No answer.
Did it say his head or his body?
Do I think this is like some kind of like apparition or haunt, or does it look much more physical? And
Definitely more physical.
just his real being there rather than like a.
Yeah. Yes.
If we give you the Stag Lord, what do we take away from this?
Probably our lives.
We could have him, Barristan.
You
The
could,
fence would
maybe.
already drop.
Did the DM just chuckle then when you said that? Maybe that's just giving away.
If you all roll 20s every round and he rolls 1 every time, then you know you'd be all right.
I'll take a step behind Barristan. We
Yeah.
can take him.
What did the Stag Lord do to you? I'm assuming the burning and the killing is probably.
At that, he gestures across the river with his ransom and points directly at. Well, first of all, he points at the bridge, and then he points at the building, and then he comes back and he brings it back to rest.
Did you have family?
No
That's
response.
not very nice to bring that up. I mean, that's a bit insensitive.
Were they murdered? Did they eat them? What are we talking about? Come on, Kendall.
We too seek
This little-
to remove the Stag Lord.
Little undead toddler comes climbing out the water.
Would you help us cross if we agree to assist you?
Well, we don't need to cross to at the moment.
Well, no, but like options, do
We
you?
will do.
Yeah, well, we need to if we go to the Stag Lord because he's down the south that way, isn't he?
Yeah, well,
No,
I think
there's
so, yeah.
no,
Yeah.
there's no response when you say that. He just repeat. He suddenly he repeats himself. Bring me the Stag Lord's body. Throw him into the river that I may look upon his face in death. And then again, he brings the halberd, the rancer's haft, back down onto the ground.
Well, it seems like our goals are aligned.
Yeah, I think so. I think. Do I get the feeling that he? I mean, my
Give me a
take
religion.
from
Give me
this-
a religion check. Give me a religion check.
Okay. I mean, my take from this is that he, can't pass on because of
Yeah.
this torment. That's not a great religion check. but-
Is he being aggressive towards us, by the way?
Not at
No.
the moment. He's just stood there waiting for you to make a decision.
We probably want him to pass on because as much as it's great having a creepy undead dude prowling around your kingdom,
The guy didn't have
shouting
enough,
about the Stag Lords.
yeah, he didn't have enough XP to become a full revenant, but he's kind of halfway
Yeah,
there.
halfway there.
Yeah.
So he's lived on a prayer, really, isn't he?
Will you be able to move on if we do so?
A simple nod.
Ah.
So who's going to pull the ferry?
So hang on, we have to get rid of the Stag Lord anyway. Are we going to have to show the Stag Lord's body to anybody else?
Not really.
We don't
There's
know.
not like a specific bounty on him. It's just our writ or whatever it is to clear the bandits. So if we remove him,
Yep.
then we fulfill it.
And what you're learning about the bandits right now is that they all seem to be flocking to his banner. And so I guess your assumption now is if you take him down,
They disperse and
they will disperse. There'll still be pockets of bandits, but they won't be unified.
yeah. But
across the land.
if you then build a kingdom and have people and forces in the area, then that will get rid
Exactly.
of any of the rest.
Yeah, if once we
Exactly.
get patrols on the road.
Unless this guy's here, in which case they'll all probably just kill you all.
Didn't we figure out he was in or near the forest at some point?
You do believe so, yes.
Yeah.
But if I may be so bold, you need a couple more. You need at least another season under you before you tackle the Stag Lord.
Well, that's why I wanted to head back to Oleg, because we were like, yeah, it's probably not a good idea.
Yeah.
We need to scout the area more so we have the terrain advantage.
Correct. You definitely need to learn more about your vicinity before you consider maybe head-on tackling the BBG of the of this parliament.
Unless Jack just opens like he normally does, and he probably blows that off.
Oh, yeah.
Well, there is that. Yeah, if Jack does that, then that'll be fine. Yeah,
That'd be funny.
Okay.
So yes, we are in accord here, I think.
As you say that, he brings his staff up, back down, nods at you, turns, and just his voice drifts back over. Throw him into the river.
Here? Or just in the river?
Says, literally just says throw him into the river. That's all he says.
Mm.
Of the river.
And then you watch as you watch him disappear under the water.
Couldn't it be any river or just this river?
I presume this river, at least. We should probably just bring him back here, in fairness,
Yeah.
just in case. We just stick him in the river and
Just a
then
random
he
river.
floats away, guys.
Do we want to do the Mitflix, the Gremlins now, or do we want to poke around in this corner of the area?
I think we need to head back to Oleg's pretty soon, but
Get the
via the Mitflix would be good.
Yes.
All right, let's do that.
The guy wasn't here when we were talking about badges is spoiling.
About what?
The
Radishes.
that we picked as dead. So
That's
they get
not
a
what
bit
I thought he
ropey.
said.
No, that's why I
Really?
thought I'd clarify, because it
What
did
they
sound a
say?
little bit off, didn't it?
What did I say?
It was either badgers or vaginas or some weird.
I
name.
thought he sounded like the badges of I'm like, hang on.
I was just going to gloss over it and try and. but
I
anyway,
know.
fine.
I know. And then I realised it's Dart, so that's definitely
Don't gloss over the vagina.
Badges is.
Yes,
there you
it's
go.
good.
Radishes. Radishes.
Not Vadgises.
Oh right, okay, sorry. Yeah.
All right, let's go see the Gremlins then on the way back. On the way back to Oleg.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can absolutely. So you spent half a day reconnoitering, finding the bridge, etc. You'll have had a bit to eat, and then you can just kind of use your other final action to head back to the old sycamore and the Mitflits.
Mm.
And that was good. We avoided just randomly charging straight in and screaming at that undead thing. I'm impressed with us.
I was about
Yeah.
to shoot it with a bow.
Yeah, same me. I'm happy I didn't shoot now.
Crap.
You had amazing
Well-
restraint.
You did have amazing restraints. It would have been a fun fight. That's all I would say about that. Okay. The sycamore comes into view, and you notice that there are a couple of Mitflits kind of standing on guard just outside amongst the tangled roots of the large tree.
Mm.
I'm going to let the little Mitflick we brought back go. And go on,
Oh,
you
yeah,
little
you
scamp, off you
had-
go. Go on, go off, you get meet your friends.
You've had him, haven't you? He kind of disappears off and he starts talking to them. And they kind of gesture over to you to kind of come. And by the time you get to the foot of the thing, the Mitflit chief atop Grabbles Grabbles atop Tickleback kind of comes up out of the roots, and he sits there on top of that giant. Where is he? I'll remind you what he looks like.
Oh,
It
Yeah,
kind of
it's
comes
a
comes
big
spider
weird.
thing.
on his big kind of giant spidery tick thing, and he kind of stands there and he goes, "You are back. Have you dealt with the kobolds?
And the man I'm speaking.
Have you destroyed them? Have you thrown them
This is in
to?"
Draconic, isn't it?
Grapple speaks in common.
Oh,
He speaks common.
And common and undercommon, wasn't it?
Common and undercommon. Yep. Have you done that? Have you defeated our enemy?
We have done something better. We have defeated their enemy, and they've now agreed not to fight you anymore, and then you will go back to the old ways, as they were in the more peaceful times before they were tricked into attacking you.
As we said, we would speak to them and reach an accord or destroy them.
Yep.
We've reached an accord.
So they leave us alone?
This is what they promised.
They will not take shiny things. They will not take shiny things we take from humans?
No.
About that.
Yes.
You are just a fun stealer, aren't you? Oh, here comes Barrister's going to suck all the
You do
joy
us a
out of the
favour
world.
and only take shiny things from the humans with these amulets. That would be really helpful.
Apart from us.
Apart from us,
Yeah.
because we might get upset.
We're playing pretend.
You want... Oh, okay, we can do that. That is easy.
Oleg's, you know, the walled camp to the north, that is out of bounds.
We don't usually go that far. But...
They're under our protection. And should you need help from us, should the kobolds attack you, you should come and talk to Oleg there.
Okay.
He will get message to us.
Okay, we will do that. Not a problem.
For now, though, they will leave you alone. Things will go back to how they were before the purple kobold corrupted them. And potentially there will be a meeting between your two tribes for a day of fun.
Oh, that sounds exciting.
Fun and games.
Barristan looks at you, like, quizzically. You didn't mention this.
Well, I said they'd maybe get together and break bread, and I think that would be a good idea of them breaking bread together and maybe having some...
Shall we be scarce that day?
You're going to be the waiter.
Holy shit. That's an awesome creature.
What? That's like, you're right.
I'm just flicking through the book trying to find my page, and I've just come across a really awesome creature that you'll love it when you find it.
Because it's really friendly and gives us big hugs.
Yeah, and a lot of XP. A lot of XP at the end of those big hugs.
It's called Build-A-Bear.
They kind of nod at you and say, yes, we can do that. It getting dark though. You camp here? Safe. We keep an eye on you.
That's very generous of you, thank you.
We still keep a watch, right?
Well, some of us do, Candle, yeah. Your rolls have been so
you're not
bad.
wrong.
I don't think you've ever succeeded, have you?
No, that's why Barristan's starting to get a little bit miffed. It's like, this is just carelessness, mate. This is just
And yeah,
about as good as my medicine checks, isn't it?
it is sometimes, yes.
Or darts survival finding camps. We're pretty dog shit at this. This outdoor adventuring lark.
We need to get a motorhome.
Yeah. We're used to travelling with a proper camp.
Yeah.
We're camp followers, not actual adventurers.
World's shittest adventurers.
Is that the name of our team? World's Shittest Adventurers
Actually,
Club.
that's the name. In our Warhammer Fantasy game, we're the Empire's shittest adventurers. And yet we seem to be muddling our way through the campaign really nicely. Okay. They all kind of disperse and they go down to their home. You don't get the sense that they're welcoming you into their home.
It's all right, we're not going in.
But they are quite happy for you to camp on the plain in the shade of the sycamore tree.
Very gracious of them, strangely.
Yep.
Barristan's slightly suspicious of this. I mean, Barristan's slightly suspicious of pretty much everyone we've met here so far.
You are. Yeah. I will not take that away from you.
We could just move on because we've scouted this thing, don't we? So
Night
got
time.
Quite getting late though, isn't it?
You have, but it's starting to get late. It's about 5 p.m. in the afternoon, Dart. So Ember. So you can effectively what you can do is move away from the old sycamore. Go a couple of miles out, look for a suitable camping spot, so you're not close, and then you're not putting yourselves in danger of something happening with the Mitflits getting a bit
waking up
risky.
with all our gear stolen.
Yeah,
But we had to go and
Always.
see them to tell them what had happened with the kobolds anyway.
Yeah,
We had to
Correct,
go by
yes.
there.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Just so you know,
We'll do a little bit distance away.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
when you drag guidance on, you've got like about 5 seconds to use it before it disappears off your character sheet on this page.
notice that.
Yeah.
I'm just going to write it in.
You can just do a +1 status bonus or whatever circumstance. Yeah, status bonus.
All right. Okay,
Am I
so
rolling?
Ember, roll for making campsite. Find your campsite.
Back! Bugger!
Oh dear.
I'm fairly good at survival.
Freaking time.
It was Ember's idea to move away from the tree, really.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So Ember leads you to a small clearing of trees that does seem to be a little bit exposed all around. It's quite a very sparse trees with no real leaves on them because it is winter. Okay. Do your usual camping.
I'm gonna go hunting.
How the fuck am I gonna do?
Okay, Jack, you are again.
Take some Red Bull before bed.
Absolutely. You absolutely nail it in terms of camouflaging the camp.
Set alarms. You really don't trust me, do you, Barristan?
Well, you I don't trust. It's these Mitflits.
And
But it would be good if you could at least not snore half the night.
And to be fair, when you set alarms, all you have to do is say, Alexa, set an alarm for...
Kendall, you actually get the watches organised in a much better fashion than usual. Ember heads out, survival. She does find some basic ingredients, but nothing special. A few rabbits, some bits of potato and carrots and stuff like that, curly kale, but nothing really special. Did you roll twice then, Ember?
No, I just hit the add sting.
Oh, okay, cool, got it. Yep, okay. All right, we go for cooking and feeding ourselves then.
We've got 15. Is a basic meal. How much does that take?
2 each.
Okay. So yeah, okay. We can probably afford to feed ourselves then.
You've got basic ingredients now.
Yep.
Fantastic. And I've just done a camp site story.
Yeah. It's quite a sad story.
Yeah, it's very sad.
Talks of kobolds and Mitflit not liking each other.
And the Great Purge.
Of old Sut scale.
Yeah, the Great Purge of 4711.
Oh dear.
Oh, the great. Oh dear.
It's all right. Probably just means we don't get a bonus.
You get no special. You get no special benefits. So
I will
you have
use a hero point.
Okay.
I assume we got one at the start, but I don't think it's on my character sheet.
Yep. Yeah, I keep forgetting to set your hero points.
Do they add up if we don't use them in the previous game?
Okay. On that, can everybody make sure they have at least one hero point now on their character sheet? So those of you, because nobody else has really used them, you should all have 2, other than Corriston, who's used his first of his 2. If I don't do it, just assume at break you all get an additional hero point. So there should be 2 hero points really through the session.
Okie dokie.
One before break, one after break, and you can have 2 on tap.
Well, this is we can have 3 max.
You can have 3 max, but I don't give 3 max.
Oh, okay. So max is 2. Okay, got it.
No, max is 3, but we don't play really long enough for me to warrant getting people to 3.
All right.
And normally what should happen is there might be. I've got to get it in my head that hero points are a thing, and I should be awarding them. And so what I'll be doing as I go forwards and I get used to it is for really good role play or really good stuff that happens, a character might get an extra hero point, but you can only ever hold 3.
They roll
Like
up each
Coruscant's
session.
monologue with the kobold.
I was just saying, do they roll over from the previous session, or is it?
No.
No.
Okay.
Raining again.
Bad weather, Tommy. Yeah.
Isn't it?
It's like being in Chuffing Yorkshire.
And what are we doing? Are we taking a direct road back? Are we exploring on the way?
We can maybe have a quick look through this location, couldn't we?
There's the other bridge
Wait,
to the
which
west
one?
of us as well.
I'd rather head back to Olags sooner
Okay.
rather than later.
Right.
What, here?
Yeah.
Because that's Oleg there.
We've got a few things done. We should probably see if there's any more rumours or travellers in the area that might know some things.
Or do you want to go there and then go there and then go there?
No,
No,
we're
just
good
go straight north.
We'll go.
Otherwise, the radishers will be walking there themselves.
Can we maybe? Or does he?
Sorry, I'm just sorting something out. Give me 30 seconds. I apologise. You set off through the drudgery of the morning. You get sort of an hour or so into your journey when your horses suddenly kind of they just sort of all kind of come to a stop. Their ears go flat and they seem to very much refuse to move any further.
Can I dismount?
Anything we can see? Any hints about what might be around?
Give me perception checks.
And my horse sent anything?
Balls.
Give me a perception check with your wolf.
Where's the? Oh, what's going on here?
Movement in the trees, almost all around you. So let's switch to.
Can't really give you perception for some reason.
Be able to.
Just
It
below,
doesn't matter.
just below your shield on your main part of your
Yeah,
character.
it's appeared now. It was grey. Not that it matters, but there we go. Okie dokie.
Pull you all off your horse. You get the sense that, yeah, if you don't dismount, you're at risk of being thrown.
Oh right, well, I think definitely dismount.
Oh, don't forget to do a long rest unless somebody's done a group one.
Yeah, I've done it all.
Oh, thank you.
And to your right, you notice a figure in the trees, kind of low, trying to creep up on you. It looks like
Oh dear.
this.
And we're raising a shield.
Okay,
Yeah,
and we're rolling for initiative as it
What is it?
snarls.
It
and
looks
you
like
don't know?
it looks like a rat's had
Can I
sex
do
with
a
a wolf.
nature check?
Hold on, let's roll for initiative first. Because then, yes, it would be an action in your turn to do a. You can't roll initiative until I put everything on the tracker. There we go.
Oh, there I am.
Well, that's a bit shockingly bad, isn't it, boys and girls? Remember, Jack, You know trouble can lurk around every corner. You can interact to draw a one-handed ranged weapon and can interact to draw a one-handed melee weapon at the same as you roll initiative. So you have weapons in hand, and as your first action on your first turn, you can stride as a free action towards an enemy you can perceive.
Yep, gotcha.
So remember that because we keep forgetting that. Okay, let's begin. Kendall, you're up first. As you see this thing, and you kind of all taken yourselves off your horse just in time for your horse's ears kind of to go flat, and they start to rear and back off. I'm not cruel enough to have them run away but although that could be fun. And as I say, you see this strange creature slinking through the woods, trying to come around the back of you to ambush you.
All right, I think we're going to do the obvious. We're going to take a step forward and we're going to smack it in the face.
You're going to smack it in the motherfucking face. Go for it.
Oh,
Dead. My wolf's not on.
Oh, there we go.
There you
It's
are.
one of them.
Yeah,
That's
your
lovely.
wolf has decided it's bored and doesn't want to be anywhere near you.
Oh, terrible damage.
Because I keep forgetting Dart, so you should be able to drag it onto the map when you come onto a map.
Oh,
If you have access to it, you should be able to just click on it, drag its token, and drop it on the map.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, if you can't, just let me know. But yeah, because I keep forgetting.
I'll try that. I didn't know I could do that. So thank you.
Yeah, no worries, but no worries. As I say, I forget. So okay. What happened? Because I'm not looking at that. I was looking
Critical
at
strike.
dragon.
13
Roll your
damage.
13 damage. Freaking heck, man!
And
Okay.
then we'll try and smack it in the face for my last action.
Smack it in the face with your last
Again.
action.
Which we will
That's
do.
going to hit. Roll your damage.
25.
Okay. Basically, as you kind of move through the woods, you just kind of crack it twice with your flex. There's a sound, like a bone crunching sound, as you stave in this creature's head.
Oh dear.
I believe that's it, isn't it?
That was my turn.
Mm.
Okay.
That's all right. We can all go home now, chaps.
That's it, all done.
I still
Lots
hear
of
music. I
running.
still hear music. Something's
Um,
going on.
Sorry, Jack.
Okay.
You believe there is something to the north and something to the northeast, but you don't quite know where.
I am going. Did you say that diagonals are more movement?
Yeah, the first one is 5, the second one is 10, the third one's 5, the fourth one is
So I
10.
think we'll do. Well, I was going to go and help Kendall, so I would have moved 5,
Okay.
10. Oh, you killed it. Okay.
Yep.
15, 20, 25.
Yep.
Do I see anything?
You would need to take a seek action to see if you could find something.
So let's have a look at the old seek action. There, where are we? It's not in that one. It's not in that one. So can't find the bloody thing. Aha! There you are, hiding. Right. So we'll do a seek action.
I do this for you, so I roll.
Okay.
I roll this for you.
So this is the first action for me.
It's your second action because your first action was to move.
But that
It gets that as a free.
no, that was the
That was
actual.
a free action, correct? Yes,
Yes.
you are right. You would have moved in that direction.
Yes.
At the moment, you can't see anything,
Okay.
but you're
No.
not. You've got that kind of prickly sense that there is something still out here.
So I could move for a second action. Is that correct?
You could move as your third and for a second action. Yes.
So we'll go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Yep.
And
Ignore that.
nothing is appearing.
Nope.
So I will stay there and let me turn then. I don't see what else I can do.
You can make a seek action again.
Oh, right. Okie dokie. Let's go for that.
Okay.
We'll do the old seek.
I'll roll this for you.
Okie dokie. And
Okay. There is something in the trees to the northeast of you,
right.
but you are not quite sure where it is.
Oh, but I've just seen something in the bushes.
Yes, there is something in the bushes. So it's technically it's hidden to you.
Gotcha.
And so if something is hidden,
Well, if it's in the bush, I'll look away because obviously they're doing something like going to the
Yeah.
toilet or something.
yeah, no worries. I have still got that image of you having a wee in a warehouse.
Oh yes.
Still got that image in my head. Ember, you are up.
Me?
Yes.
Okay. Can I put my tracking, not tracking, hunter's prey on that target?
You know where it is.
Well, I can. No, actually, no, I wouldn't because he wouldn't have told me where it is, would he?
Nope.
Okay.
We might have done.
Well, you
Might have
can
gone
use-
something in the bush.
I don't think you need to be able to see for your hunter's thing. I don't think you need to be able to see it because you can hunt something off screen to gain information and stuff.
You wouldn't know what it is, though, I guess.
Let's have a look at the wording.
Hunt prey.
You must be able to see or hear the prey, or you must be tracking the prey during exploration. So at the moment, you can neither see.
I thought we'd heard stuff in the bushes.
You'd heard this one, yes.
Right. I thought we'd heard more round.
That's Jack only, I think.
Jack only at the moment knows there's something in the bushes. He doesn't quite know what it is. Dar, I suppose you would know. You would right. So you will all know that there's. Okay, so yeah, you will all know that there's something in this bush.
I would have thought
just-
Jack would have turned to look at it, like quite
Yeah.
obviously,
Yeah,
or
And-
pointed like with his gun.
yeah, he will do. So, if you make a seek action, Dart, you'll be able to then use your. I think we're kind of on borderline here. Go on, you can mark it with your hunter's prey. Yes.
Okay. Whoops.
But that doesn't overcome the fact that it's hidden to you.
Yes, but I get a bonus for perception checks. If I
There
seek
you go. There you go. Perfect.
What? It's put it on me.
Just makes you an easier target now.
It absolutely makes you an easier target.
She
There you go.
can
I've
just
done it,
drag
Dart.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I can do it. It's not a problem.
Okay, I'll do a seek action on that.
How far away are you?
Oh,
You're too far away.
am I? Oh,
You need to be within 30
30
feet to do
Oh,
a seek action.
Okay.
can I just try and shoot at it?
DC 11, I think. Flat
Yep. I need you to roll that then first, please.
DC 11. Okay.
Yep. Just click on it. You have no idea roughly where it is, so you can loose an arrow into the trees as your action. In fact, isn't that an action?
Yeah, if you want to then fire, yeah, like make an attack, you waste the action.
Automatic miss.
Yeah, so basically you loose an arrow into the bushes, kind of whistles past Jack's head, and Jack, you kind of watch it kind of go into the trees and kind of strike a tree trunk, not the creature that you think is in there somewhere. You've got one action left, Ember, I believe, unless Hunter's mark thingy is an action.
It is an action.
Okay, so
I seeked, I fired, and I.
you've still got one action, haven't you? Because you've.
No, because I used my hunter's mark, which is one action. I seeked. Did I seek?
No, because you couldn't, because you were out of range. You went straight and
no.
shot, so you still have one action.
In that
left.
case, I'll tell my dog to go over there and kick his butt.
Sniff it out. Okay, go for it.
It's not in range.
2 actions though, isn't it, for your
Yep.
command bat? So it could move up to it, I guess.
I mean, he can move there and seek, right? Because that would allow him to, because he's within 20, 30 feet.
I'll pet the wolf.
Okay, I'll seek with me pet. Just wait, is that
I'm just checking. Hang on 1 second.
I got
Okay, again, the
+4?
Yep.
Where'd the +4 come from? The modifier.
It will come from your perception is +4.
Yeah, but I would have got another 2 because of the hunter's mark.
You would have, yes. You didn't get it because you didn't target the creature to perform your seek action against, so there was nothing for it to compare against. Okay.
I am targeting it, but I think I'm targeting it with my main character, not.
You probably are, yeah.
Yeah, you have to do it with both, yeah.
It becomes observed. Your wolf spots it slinking in the trees, getting ready to pounce on Jack.
But to me, it's invisible. Well, it's hidden to me.
Correct.
Okay, that's it. My turn's over.
Yep. Okay. Bounding out of the trees over here, another of these creatures comes bouncing across and then kind of latches straight onto Ember and snaps at her with wicked jaws. Except I haven't targeted anybody. Start again then, shall we? Snaps at her with wicked jaws. You kind of throw yourself backwards, Ember, as this beast just snaps out at you. It's a small creature. It's not a huge creature, hence the target. And it is what you is at the moment. Okay, that is its go. So now we go to the next one. The next one kind of leaps up and out of the trees at Jack.
Oh, you bugger, I say.
Abso-freaking-lute.
Get down, Shep.
Bites out at you. It misses. Its teeth, kind of this wicked-looking, long, elongated jaw, full of razor-sharp teeth, kind of just snaps the air as you kind of half-heartedly throw yourself.
Put out my hand and I palm its nose away.
Yeah.
Where's that light source coming from?
In
the middle of the map.
I don't know. I'll have to have a look. Oh, I know why. It's there.
It's the sun breaking through the beams of the trees.
Very poetic.
It immediately then, as it snaps at you, then backs off for a second, and it growls and hisses at you. And can
I growl and hit back.
Oh no!
As if you do
Jack,
urinate yourself.
You feel rather. This thing kind of the slavering jaws kind of makes you feel a little frightened.
Oh my! I stagger back.
Its final attack against you is also a freaking miss. Bastard motherfucker. Barristan, you're up.
Move to here.
Yes.
Now
it should automatically calculate that you are, but we'll see.
It should.
We'll see.
I'm going to try something else first, though.
Go for it.
I'm going to try that.
You're going to try that, are you? Okay, so you should be able to target it and hit intimidation, and it. Oh, critical success. It frightens it. I believe it can be frightened. Let's have a look. It can be frightened. It kind of looks between you and Ember, and it kind of starts to slink backwards, kind of towards Ember as you kind of yell and scream at it.
With a big double hand over the head swing and roaring at it to intimidate it, I'm going to take a swing at it and roll really badly. But hopefully,
that's a hit
because it's flanked.
Yeah.
Did that work then? +8? I don't think that worked.
No. It takes 2 off its armor class.
Oh, okay. Is that how it works?
Yeah, I'll show you. Hang on, if you can't see it. No, you can see it, right? If you look at the card, can you see the creature's stats in brackets?
No.
Okay, so that's why you can't see it.
I'm assuming Frightened does, but then it doesn't seem to have added anything for it being off guard.
Yeah, it's just a -2 to the AC.
Yeah, -2. So what happens for me is I can see that its AC was X, and then if I hover over it, it's got another number in red, which denotes a decrease in AC, and it tells me it's off guard.
Either way, fantastic.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay. All right. You crash into it with your weapon. It shrieks in pain, still trying to get away from this horrible, snarly, menacing thing that seems to bite as hard as it does. I believe you've got 1 action left.
Nope, I moved. I demoralized. I attacked.
Coruscant, correct, yeah.
So I'm assuming that Frightened works for everybody, doesn't it?
Yes.
Perfect. So that should be much easier to attack now.
Yeah.
Can I recall knowledge?
You can absolutely recall knowledge. Give me a nature check, please.
Can I change that?
Yeah.
If it's a nature thing, I won't do it.
It's a nature check.
I'm just going to cast a spell one.
Okay, go for it.
Use a bloody spell that doesn't take advantage of the demoralize.
Against this one?
Yep, should be targeted.
Still alive.
Ah, damn it. Okay.
Anything else?
Yep. Second action.
Live wire. You're at ACDC it.
Good choice.
Yeah.
This is a second attack, so you do use your second MAP, don't you?
It's not
First one wasn't an attack.
I thought it was an attack.
Okay, go for it. Yeah.
It's Dirty Hacks is Force Bolt.
It is.
Nice.
Nice.
Well, that will hit. That was a critical hit. So roll your damage and I'll double it.
And take persistent damage.
I don't think it'll need it, will it?
I don't think it'll need it.
I'm only casting this because it always does damage.
Well, that's what I thought. Yeah, good choice. Yeah. Always does damage. It's near death. Good choice.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it had 1 hit point left.
I was hoping the Force Bolt would do it, and then I could cast that on the other one.
Yeah. Okay. As you kind of bombard this thing with spells, you watch with satisfaction as it kind of shrieks in pain and then kind of collapses and lies still on the ground.
Coruscant, that was a bit much, wasn't it?
Nah, can't make sure. Yeah, that's me done.
Cool. Excuse me, Garen.
Okay, mine should be quite straightforward. I'm going to move to there.
Yes.
And then I'm going to target this thing here, which is going to be still hidden to me, isn't it?
No, it's been revealed.
It's jumped out, didn't it? Sorry, yes, my apologies.
Yeah, it jumped out.
And then I'm going to reach into one of my pockets, pull out 3 of those little metal balls that we were given.
Yep.
And send needle darts at it.
Okay.
Oh, you.
You miss.
You got 2 hero points.
Yes, I will use a hero point to reroll.
Hero point away.
From 0
That looks
to
like it will
hero.
hit.
Yeah.
Roll your damage. 0 to hero.
Why is acid selected? It's not acid, it's just none, isn't it?
I don't know if it's just me. I can
Bludgeoning.
barely hear you.
Oh, really? I'll lean forward. I think you're just getting an old guy. Eh? You young whippersnapper, I'll get you.
7 damage. Oh, creature is injured. All right. Anything else, Garen?
No, it's 2 moves, and I will bounce off one of these for fun.
Okay. Kendall, round 2.
Sorry, there we go. That's what I've just done.
All right.
Has that come through?
Nope.
Jack has just pissed himself. I'm going to have to move. I'm going to have to move twice to get to there because it's just out of range.
Don't forget to...
You wouldn't have been able to do that, Medi, because you moved and then you used a 2 points to action
it's
needle
2,
dart.
isn't it? Needle dart. Sorry, my apologies.
No worries. Yeah, you can move there.
And I am going to use Devoted Guardian to give Jack a +1.
Oh, thank
Okay.
you very much.
Actually, yeah, no, I'll stay there. So he's got a +1 to AC. I don't know. It doesn't look as if that's like going to be an automated thing. I'm not quite sure how.
I don't think that actually works though, does it? Because your last action was to raise a shield.
Oh shit! Yeah, because I had to move twice. Okay, forget that. I won't do that. Sorry, Jack. I'll
Okay.
target the beastie and take a swipe.
Okay.
Oh, well, there you
Well.
go.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Roll your damage. You did
Oh.
roll critical then, didn't you?
Yeah.
The most palpable hit.
You cut this thing down with your flail, smacking into its skull as it's leaping up at your good friend Jack. Then it kind of everything goes quiet.
Anybody know what these things are?
I've never come across
Special
any of
pack.
these in my travels.
They look like wild creatures.
Thank
Amber,
you
any
very
idea?
I'll do a nature check.
Yeah, knowledge nature roll.
That was nearly a 20.
Or close?
Do I lose this frightened condition now, or does it take some time?
It will take some time to drop, I think.
What round is it?
Seems logical that's the case, to be honest.
Drop by 1 per round, doesn't it?
Yep, one
Yeah.
per round.
Gotcha.
Except because we're out of combat now, I bet it doesn't. Because I bet it just stays there because we're not technically measuring rounds. But there you go, I've dropped it for you.
Okay.
You've no idea, Ember. No idea.
What is it? Nature, is it to do? I
The
don't think.
nature check.
I don't
yes.
know. I think I'm not too bad. Where's the efficiencies? Oh, I'm not trained. I can't.
Is Barristan trained?
I'm not trained, no.
Oh,
Didn't
you,
know you
Okay.
need to be trained to do a recall.
you don't for a recon knowledge now.
Okay.
In
All
which case, I'll have a go.
This is a creature known as a thylacine.
A phallus what?
A thylacine. It's often mistaken by unexpecting travellers to be some kind of dog or jackal. The defining stripes on their gold-hued backs and unusually wide, gaping jaws negate this perception in close quarters. Quite vocal, using combination of growls, hissing, and hisses. It stands about 2 feet tall to the shoulder, 4 feet long. not including a 2-foot tail, weighs roughly 50 pounds. It is a marsupial carnivore, usually nocturnal. And it's kind of early in the morning that you've set off, which is probably why they've attacked you.
Nasty little buggers.
Indeed.
Still looks like a rat wolf to me.
We poking around, or should we just back on horses and get a move on?
I don't know. Is this anything of significant here?
No, nothing
Okay.
of anything significant. It's just a random map. The first random map I could
Is that
find.
a phi with a P or an F?
PH.
PH.
H.
PH.
Oh, PH.
No, TH. Thylacine.
Oh,
There you go.
thylacine. I thought it's a
Ah.
violet.
Oh,
sorry.
like the
Thylacine.
Australian extinct thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
I think we move on then, unless there's anything
Yeah.
obvious in the area.
Nothing obvious in the area. This is literally just the first map I could find to just throw a quick random encounter at you.
Have they got furs on them, or is it?
Are they skinnable?
They do have furs, so and it is a fairly nice golden, goldy coloured fur. So yeah, you could skin it if you wish.
Ember, do you fancy skinning these?
I would need a survival roll, please.
Me?
Whoever's doing it,
Need to be trained in survival to do that, I assume.
I would say
Yeah.
so. Yes.
Okay, well, I got a +6, so I'll help whoever's gonna. I mean, Dart's strongest with a
Dart
+8.
is, yeah.
I can help him.
Yeah, better than
I've
me.
got a +6.
Oh, well, I got a fucking 10.
DC 15
Cut,
to 8.
cut it round the neck, then down the stomach, and then just peel it off.
10 minutes or so, you get the first fur off, Dart. Ember,
Okay.
you want to continue?
What am I going to use?
Is anyone injured, by the way, while this is going on?
No, but your trousers are a bit wet though. Could you sort of press a spell to dry them?
Yeah, give Jack his comfort blanket.
Barristan just gives you a pretty unimpressed look and some lightning crackles in his hands. Your choice.
Ember, you ruin the second one, unfortunately. But the third one you get to grips with. So you've got 2 thylacine furs.
Will do.
I put them in the
Very nice.
wagon.
Oleg might have a few coins for them. Good job.
He may-
Exactly what I was thinking, yeah.
Push north.
Okay.
We've got an explore to do on the next hex.
All right.
If we want.
So you head to there. So that is your morning activity. Your second activity is to reconnoiter, I take it?
Yes, Lita.
Please.
Oh yes, please, Michael.
Wow.
It's just I'm just going to move you for a second so I can actually look at the hex. Very weird when the party tokens in there because it covers the whole hex. I can't actually click on the hex, which is really annoying. There isn't really anything of note in that area. You kind of travel following sort of the ridge line of the small hills that kind of mark the beginning of the Greenbelt forest. And sort of reconnoiter the whole area, but there isn't anything really that kind of jumps out at you. Once again, it is time. It is time to camp.
Let's have a good one, Ember.
Don't forget to add yourself a +7.
Actually, I'm going to skip that tonight. We're just going to go through. You have an okay camp. You don't really. Nothing. You don't get any encounters. Nothing finds you. I just kind of want to push on and get you back to Oleg's before we wrap up for the evening. So,
Okay.
Next day, you travel on, arrive at Oleg's sort of. What we will do though is actually, everybody can take a long rest.
Okay.
Reset your spells, etc. You know where to do that, Chet?
I've reset and I'm just doing my crafting, so it's all done.
You go
Lovely.
through your morning rituals. Okay.
Oh yes.
It's
Jesus.
Oh, 20.
sorry, everything's going a bit crazy here.
Snowing.
Lots of dice get rolled as it triggers a bunch of macros. It's snowing.
Cold weather
It's
gear goes
lunchtime.
on.
It's roughly speaking, it's lunchtime. By the time you arrive at Oleg's, the welcoming sight of the walled trading encampment and its roaring fire out in the courtyard, as well as the the buildings and stuff, is kind of a welcome sight today as you kind of arrive, feeling cold to the bone. There's a couple of things that jump out at you. Pinned to the wall here appear to be a number of pieces of parchment with some kind of like wanted kind of statement on them. There are 2 or 3 other visitors. There's also, just as you approach, there are 3 tents that are kind of set outside the walls of the trading post itself.
Any emblems around the tents? Heraldry?
There are. Give me, if you've got law brevoy, give me a roll.
I do not. My law is about Absalom, even though I'm from Brevoy.
Change it to brevoy then. Change it to brevoy.
No, it's Absalom because I spent my formative years in.
That's where you spent your thought. Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Yes. I did know that. Have a look. Okay, nobody's rolled. Okay. There are some heraldry. To be fair, you would recognise it. You'll recognise part of it at least to be the symbols of Brevoy.
Perhaps some visitors.
Any of you have trained society? You can roll that.
Do you have trained?
Okay. Yes, I can.
What all this lot doing here then?
Those of you, so both Barristan and Corriston, you kind of recognise the tents as you kind of come up and go past them. They're a minor noble house, the House of Garess, a fairly noble, minor noble family within Brevoy.
So that was Garess.
Garess. You recognise the personal emblems of somebody called Keston Garess. You recall from your understanding of Brevoy society that Keston was cast out by his family for some deed or other that was never, beyond it being a scandal, was never really discussed in public. And what you know is that Keston decided to seek out the life of a paid mercenary. And the man with no name remains the man with no name. And as you kind of ride up on your horses, he kind of comes out, opens the flap of his tent, and kind of stands out. And I can show you roughly what it looks like. Can you see this figure?
Can, yes.
Yes.
Kind of stands and watches as you go into the courtyard of Oleg's. There are a couple of, around the tables and benches around the big roaring fire, there are 3 or 4, mostly human. There's one halfling, and they're all kind of chatting and laughing and joking amongst themselves. It just seems like there's a bit more atmosphere here. There's none of that kind of trepidation. Maybe you kind of get the sense that Oleg had sent people away knowing that the bandits were coming the last time. And so rather than have them caught up in the banditry and the issues there, or maybe the sheer embarrassment of paying them off, because he knows you've dealt with them, he's a bit more welcoming and he's kind of open to having people visit again.
Is Oleg around, or?
Oh yeah, Oleg's around. He kind of steps out of here. My friends, welcome back. Good to see you. Come. Warm
Oleg.
yourselves by the fire.
Good to see the place is back open for business again.
Indeed. It is very fortuitous. We've had some interesting visitors while you've been away the last week or so.
What are they here for?
Just passing through, traders coming through, selling the things that they've gathered and buying other things that other people have sold. It's been fairly steady business. I wouldn't say it's been roaring business, but certainly steady business. We had a couple of sword lords. A sword lord company came through. They posted those, and he nods to the posters on the wall.
I'll wander over and take a look at them.
One says, "Wanted bandits for proof, for proof of death.
Got a couple on the wall.
Yeah, I was going to say, for proof of death, or bring them captive to Oleg's. A reward of 5 gold pieces per bandit will be forthcoming, with a minimum of 6.
We've got the amulets. That's pretty good proof, isn't it?
That is pretty good proof.
Even that, we're taking the wagon back out tonight.
No, the ones that you've pinned up on the wall and hung up do not count.
We hadn't picked up the quest yet.
Yeah,
You hadn't picked up the quest. The quest appears after you leave.
Can we cut them down and bring them back in?
It literally does. It does. There's a list of things that happen each time you come and go from Oleg's.
Can we step out and then step back in again?
You could have done before, yes, and triggered it. Yeah, absolutely, but not this time. No.
Ah.
We've got the amulets, right? So that's 5 per.
Have you got 5 amulets, or have you got 6?
Well, we 12, don't we?
Yeah, we had loads.
Do we have 12?
We have got
Actually, got quite a few. Yeah.
13.
Hand in the amulets, we'll go get the bodies and bring those in.
But a number of them were for the bandits here. I think there's 5 or 6.
They don't know
They
that,
don't
do
know
they?
that, no.
But we do.
It
Somebody
simply
grab
says,
him and put them in the bloody wagon.
it says, it talks about proof of death or bringing them alive, maximum 30 gold pieces, but you need to provide proof of a minimum of 6. Correct.
Let's just give them 6 for now.
That's fine. Okay.
Well, I don't think we need to give them the amulets. I think we just need to
Show them.
show them, or find some more of the Stag Lord's friends when we're traveling on our way.
Oleg will explain to you that he needs proof, because he needs to give the proof to the sword lords group when they come back through in a few days' time.
If we can't bring them as prisoners, what would suffice as proof, do you think?
Their amulets.
Okay.
All right, so we get.
Yeah, we only need
Yeah,
6
what,
amulets for
30
ourselves,
you
don't
said?
we?
Yeah.
So the
can you pick them up?
the amulets that you have now are acceptable. It's just the point it makes is that the initial bandits that attacked the traders' camp that you killed off are not valid for turning in. It's bizarre, but that's what it
Fine.
says.
Okay, so we've given over 6 amulets.
You've over 6 amulets. Okay. Oleg thanks you, and he says, please return in a week, and we will have your payment as the Sword Lords pass through the area again.
Okay,
Before we
so
hand over these amulets, can we make sure we've still got one apiece in case we need to do
Exactly.
any?
We will have. Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Zed, I shouldn't add the 30 gold coins into our stash yet.
No, but somebody make a note that on the 18th of Calistril, Oleg will have a 30 gold piece bounty for you. The other one that gets your attention is Dead or Alive. Kobolds. Black and grey scaled kobolds, known to be terrorizing the population of the Greenbelt.
How much?
Proof that the kobold activity is under control. 40 gold.
Well, that's nice. We've got that. We haven't got the proof there, but we have the proof because we're bringing the ring back out that they've got.
We've
I'll bring the ring back. Yeah.
The bandits technically took the ring, but
Yeah, but the kobolds robbed the bandits.
I mean, we should have taken Tartuccio's horrible bloody body.
Yeah,
I would have thought you would have done, wouldn't you?
Probably.
We've got the sickle.
Got the sickle.
We've got his journal and notebook.
And you've got his
that's what
journal and notebook.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a point, right? Because you've been traveling about 3 or 4 days. I'll come back to the journal in a second to give you some idea of what you discovered in the journal. But the journal would be proof enough that you can bring the kobolds under control.
Yeah.
The last section of the journal talks about how Tartuccio, discovering very powerful magics that allow him to change shape, had discovered the clan of kobolds, and he decided that he would use them to gain control over this part of the stolen lands.
Whoops.
Idiot.
It talks about him being very bitter. He keeps mentioning this patron, but at no point does he ever identify the patron. That throughout it, he was trying his best to become a very useful pawn, very useful, and somebody that the patron couldn't get rid of. You get the sense. He then talks about this sword woman and her plan to populate by deception. He uses those words, populate by deception, in the name of Brevoy, the stolen lands, and that he was going to attempt to, again, win over the favour and blessing of his patron by becoming part of that thing and trying to somehow get himself in a position so he was a very strong position to become a ruler.
So
and then at the end,
do I get the inkling? Because I'm assuming I'm talking to Coruscant about this.
Yeah,
camp,
yeah.
That is the patron. Do we think that's somebody, or do we think that's related to the Horn Devil?
It's somebody.
Somebody. Okay, so there's
Maybe
a
a sword lord,
but
not Jamandi.
Not Jamandi.
No.
A rival house or something.
Seems to be some kind of rival to Jamandi. Definitely.
Do we think it's Brevoy based, or do we think it's another outside?
Very nondescript. Okay. The other thing that it talks about is his dismay at the amount of competition that he will have in trying to wrest control of the stolen lands. And then a dismissive comment about 6 wannabe adventurers who will not amount to anything and will no doubt die before they get more than 10 miles into the Greenbelt. And if they don't die of their own foolishness, he would be the one to bring their deaths with his new tribe.
I just went, all right, ha ha.
Well,
ha,
that can't
ha,
be
ha.
us because we're not
It is-
useless.
no.
Adventurers. I mean,
Yeah,
must
yeah,
be
right, ha,
some
ha,
other
ha.
poor group.
On the journal.
Could it,
Um,
whilst talking to Barston, could this patron be something otherworldly?
Well, that's what I was asking. Do we think it's? But no, it seems to be a faction, potentially another noble within Brevoy or another rival kingdom.
You don't think it could be this Keston Goras who's just turned up here?
Thinking he was possibly a witch.
Well, that's what my initial thoughts were, because I
Yeah.
thought with regard to the horned devil worship, etc., it could have been a witch or something like that.
Yeah, you have no idea what he was. He was an odd character.
Incidentally, that wand we found, is that useful to you, Coriston?
I can use it. I was wondering whether anybody else could.
Not really my thing.
I can
I
certainly.
think it's is it arcane only? Arcane barrage, I'm assuming it is, or maybe a
so.
cult, maybe. Don't know whether that's on your list, is it?
Yeah, arcane barrage. Yeah.
Probably worth having in your pocket.
What lists it's on?
Pretty sure it's arcane. Might be a cult. I don't know whether Garen's got it on your list.
I've got a cult. But I do think that Coriston would be probably better with it.
I believe you can use it once per day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, technically, you can try and use it more than once per day, but it might blow up, is my understanding.
I'm assuming that's the old name for it. Is it called Force Barrage now?
It would be a Wonder Force Barrage today, yeah.
Oh, like is Svetlana around? We think we might have found your wedding bands.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Darling, he calls out, and after a few moments you hear her kind of coming, and she
I've
kind of
made sure I've cleaned it.
Yeah, she steps out.
It is on the occult list, by the way. So if you want that Medi, you can take it as an option.
Well, if you can't use it, then
I can use it, but I've got Force Bolt anyway, so I can use that as force damage if we need it.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
So,
well,
that's
that's a
it.
double. Yeah. No, I'll take it if we. Yeah.
It's a good pocket rocket to pull out every now and again. Just go. Pew, pew, pew.
Pew, pew, pew.
Welcome back, my friends. How have you been these last week or so?
The travel can be rough, and we're not so used to it yet, but we've kept well.
Some of us slept well.
And she takes Barristan by the arm and kind of leads you out away from Oleg. The rest of you kind of watch as Oleg kind of, for a brief second, gets that sense of a little bit of jealousy kind of flickers over his eyes, and then he kind of settles into a, oh well. And then he kind of turns, ale, gentlemen, ale?
Oh, please.
He goes, I'll be back in a moment. In the meantime, Barristan, she kind of goes, oh, so were you able to complete those little errands that I asked for you?
The radishes?
Indeed, yes.
It might cheer your husband up. Yes, I believe we have got a few. They might be a little staler than we would have liked, but the weather's been fairly cool.
So it has, yes. And
I believe my colleague has trimmed them well.
I have master chef them.
Okay, excellent.
They're in lovely bundles, they're all perfectly
Yeah,
trimmed
all
and
nice bits of string around them to make sure they're okay. Yeah, so you give her 2 or 3 baskets of radish, and she says, "Oh, that is excellent. Here, and she kind of presses 15 gold into your hand for the trouble."
These are radishes, my lady. That is a lot of coin.
Yes, but
it's blue pill, isn't it?
You'll understand when
I bet it is.
She says, "You'll understand when you taste my soup this evening."
If it is blue pill, then it's
Yeah,
just
you pocket rocket.
what's this lady got planned? The whole camp gets it.
It's a party for all.
And
Very well.
I think, let me just double check, but I think you might have just unlocked.
We got a
recipe.
recipe.
Orgies.
Oh, my friend might be interested in your cooking, but yeah, that's cool. You can get some random radish recipes.
I think you can.
I will laugh my head off if it is blue pill. It reduces the movement speed of all male party
Yeah.
members for the next day.
You will struggle to take down your tent pole tomorrow.
Oh, that's rubbish.
However, it does add to your intimidate.
Hang on.
Gives you one extra
In some
attack.
cases.
Oh,
We got so much good stuff to sell.
We have.
okay. It's not on the list. That's rubbish. Oh, there it is. Can I jump onto there?
I'm trying to figure out how to add. There we go. I'll add 15 gold to the party stash.
Yeah. I'll have to have a look to see if there's a way that I can actually create the moon radish recipe for you.
Awesome.
And the music.
It does have benefits, and it is a blue pill. It removes the stupefy condition.
Oh.
Okay, so she thanks you that. And the ring, she says.
I'll happily hand it over. Is that the wedding ring that we've got in there?
That's a cock ring.
So there was another ring, wasn't there? It was like
Wasn't it? Hang on, wasn't it? Was it Oleg that asked about the ring?
I thought she did.
Oh, she did.
She did. Okay, yeah, she did. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
It's a
That's right,
silver,
'cause she'd forbidden him to go after it, and he was a bit
Yes,
annoyed.
that's correct. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So she takes the ring and she smiles again. Oh, you are wonderful. You are
Plus, my
wonderful.
person
friend.
was trying to give it to Oleg first to kind of
Yeah.
avoid this difficult
Yeah.
situation.
You are excellent. We will give you 50 gold worth of trading credit for the return of my ring. It's such an amazing thing for you to do. Thank you so much.
Incredibly gracious, thank you. I'm sure we will put that to good use.
Again, the kobolds will pay. You'll get 40 gold pieces for that, but again, it will be on the 18th when the sword lords come through. So you kind of settle, chill out for the rest of the day, have some drink, relax, warm up by the fire. The snow is it flurries, it comes and goes on a semi-regular basis. You talk to the camp citizens. It's just a bunch of traders, a couple of trappers, etc. Kind of stopping through, mostly speculative to see if Oleg had got any new stock or anything that was of interest to him. Late in the afternoon, this the man that you kind of believe to be Keston Gares kind of wanders in, and he kind of sits and he orders an ale, and he kind of nods at you all. And afternoon.
Hello, my lord.
Are you the group that Our Lady sent out a month or so ago?
Possibly not a month, maybe 2 weeks.
Well,
A little over.
time does fly when one's occupied away from court. My name is Keston Gares. Did I overhear that you had managed to deal with a couple of minor issues that the good folk here were having?
That is what we're here to do. Yes.
Mm.
Do you have any issues we can assist with? Is it? Sorry, was he a lord? Is he still a lord?
The knowledge that you have is that he was disavowed by the family because of the scandal that nobody talks about. It's up to you if you address him as Lord. It might certainly change an attitude from indifferent to a bit more welcoming, if you do. But you probably wouldn't do that in front of other nobles of Brevoy.
No,
If
but there's none
it's
here.
coin, exactly. If it's coin, they're all belongs to me.
There is.
There is. Oh,
There's one here. Thank you very much.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
there is.
technically, I think I've got that on my background as well, but very like.
Mine is the same level as his. It's low minor nobility.
Mine's
Yeah.
really low, like
Yeah.
not.
Yeah. So you're all of a similar kind of level.
Well, how would we refer to each other then in polite company? Sir,
If you're in official company, it would be Sir, wouldn't it? Yeah.
probably. Is it?
Yeah.
As this is out on the trail in the piss end of nowhere.
Yeah.
Well, I'm.
So,
You know, he's out here. He's he's might be doing his bit. We'll find out. I'll refer to him as Sir Gares. Is it Sir
Yeah, okay.
Gares?
Sir Gares. Gares. Garess. Gares.
I believe my father knows yours.
And you are, sir?
Coruscant Helmir.
Ah, Sir Helmir. Pleasure. At that, he kind of flushes a little bit. And you, sir?
Barristan Garrett. You probably didn't know my father. He died a good while ago.
Well, two nobles of Brevoy and myself. Any of your other companions of nobility? Oh, we're all nobles. I should know about, he says, going a little bit more embarrassed.
Not that I'm aware of. And look, we're all out here making our way in the world, so there's no need to be concerned.
Well, I have a challenge. I suppose, as you may know, I've fallen on a little bit of a hard time with my family, and I was looking for an opportunity maybe to make up just some of the, in a very minor way, some of the challenges and the disrespect that I brought upon my family. I was looking for a Varisian mercenary. I would not deign to call him a gentleman, but a man by the name of Falgrim Sneeg. Let's just say he worked for me for a while as part of my little group, and he kind of gestures out beyond the gate to the tents. Unfortunately, he decided that the way of the stag was a little bit more to his liking. He robbed us blind, if I'm being so blunt. And I would like to find him, catch him, alive, return him to Restov for punishment. I appreciate that. If you were able to do this for me, I believe I can call upon the graces of my family to provide a small reward for those of you who help. Yes, I suspect I'd be able to deliver 3 weapons of magical quality. However, that would require him to be alive and presented to me for punishment. If, of course, he decided that he would rather die for his causes, then I'd still be able to see it that you were rewarded, but not so generously. I believe I'd be able to give you a singular weapon of a magical nature.
What did he steal in particular? I'm going to ask a few questions, clearly.
Yeah, mechanically speaking, if you can bring Sneeg alive to him, you can have 3 common +1 weapons of your choice. If you bring him dead, it is 1 common weapon +1 of your choice.
I'm so glad I took sleep.
Okay, so that's kind of what he's offering. You may ask questions.
Falcon Sneed.
Falgrim,
Falgrim
F-A-L-G-R.
Sneeg. Yeah.
Yeah, Falgrim Sneeg.
SNWG.
Does he have a description of what this fellow is?
He tells you. Oh, does he have a description?
He will have a stag lord amulet.
No, but I can give you a description. How?
So he's fallen in with the Stag Lord, I take it.
That's what his sort of his intonation. Yes.
And we'll do our best.
Mm.
I suspect he won't go easily, but we will do our best to bring him to justice.
We'll definitely
I prefer it that
to
way,
bring him
but
back.
we have encountered a few bandits in this area, and they are not so weak-kneed as others. There seem
How
to be.
would you recognize this man?
Yeah,
we don't-
bear with me. I am looking for a way to give you his description.
If we accidentally kill him with a
The
big
reward's
hammer.
less.
We need a
The
necromancer.
reward's less. The reward's less, basically.
Yeah.
No, I get that, but we don't want to accidentally kill him by not recognizing him.
We just hit a bandit camp and say, if you want to live, give us Falgrim Sneed.
And
If you go,
look,
"Oh, he's
you
not here,"
stop-
kill them all.
look for the guy looking around, look really edgy.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just trying to find him on the map because he's not coming up when I search for his name. He must be there.
Mm.
Folks, I'm gonna
Um,
hit the sack in a minute. I'm falling
Yeah.
asleep.
we are pretty much right. I'll show you a picture of him, and this is a description he gives you.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Muscular guy. Has a penchant for wearing a red headband. Is basically how he describes him.
Fucking Giga Chad.
His
Giga
bit.
Chad. Yeah. Okay. And I think what time is it? Have we just gone 10 o'clock? Yeah, we're crazy. 1:15. Okay. So he drinks with you. He asks you if you'd be happy to do that. And you have a very pleasant evening. You get the sense that the Stag Lord is still a threat, and probably somebody in the near future you need to start
Aiming
thinking
towards.
about dealing with.
Mm.
I'm going to finish with the following morning. As you wake up the following morning, it's going to go through a magic. Rolling a bunch of dice. It's going to go very dark. It's going to roll a bunch of dice. It's going to decide it's pissing it down because I can hear it already.
Rain again.
About as you kind of wake up and you kind of get the clatter of people, the trappers that have come in that you were talking to that night are kind of bundling themselves up against the rain and are starting to think about heading off. We will cover next week the selling of stuff. We can do that. One final thing. It would appear that during the night, a gentleman by the name of Veckel Benson has arrived. An interesting fellow. He's missing a leg, and he kind of walks on a rather nicely carved stump, like a peg leg, basically. And at breakfast the following morning, he kind of looks over at Oleg and he sort of says, "These are ones you talked about." And Oleg nods. He says, "Excellent. Well, proposition for you. How would you like to get some revenge?"
On who?
Against who?
And he kind of puts his leg up on the table, the missing leg, and he says, "You see this? Bloody pig. Nastiest pig in the green belt. If you're prepared, if you can go after, bring me the head and the body. It'll make a good bacon. Back to Oleg. I promise you this." And he kind of slides onto the table a rather nice looking composite longbow. This and these, and he puts 3 strange looking arrows next to it. Ember, you recognize the arrows as beacon shot.
Oh. Okay.
It's studded with tiny flecks of glimmering gemstones. When an activated beacon shot hits a target, it beds itself into the target and spews sparks for 1 minute. The target is invisible, it becomes merely hidden. The sparks also negate the concealed condition. If the target was otherwise concealed, it can be removed with a basic action and a very hard, well, it's a DC 20 athletics check. So basically, it allows you to use it against anything that is invisible.
So you hit stuff that's invisible and becomes very visible, and it probably can't become invisible. Is that
or you hit something that you know could go invisible and prevent it from becoming invisible. Invisible means it goes to hidden, so you're still looking at a DC 11 flat check to attack it, but it's no longer has the invisible condition. And he's prepared to give you 3 of those. So,
useful?
A few notes for you. You have completed the Kobold's quest. You've completed the Bandit's quest. On the 18th, which is in 6 days' time, you can return to Oleg's and you will receive 70 gold for those two rewards. You now have the Wanted Tusk Gutter and the Find Falgrim quests.
Yep.
Okay. Next week we will start with just going through the sale of items. I can't remember what we agreed he would buy them from you at.
50, I think it was.
50%, yeah. So just figure out what you want to sell, total it up, and then the first thing we can do next week is just give you 50% of that value.
Then we should buy lots of camping supplies.
Yep, you can buy. If there's anything you think you want to buy from him, let me know. He doesn't have a lot of goods, but I can certainly tell you what he has. And one last thing. If you all add 100 XP to your character sheets, please.
100.
Yes.
So on 349.
349.
Yeah, you should all be on 349. Nice.
Quick question, Zed. Are we able to move or put that rune onto a weapon for anybody?
I'm just saying that. I've just copied the rules of transferring rules. I copied it in earlier into the chat. I think it's 10% of the cost and a craft check.
Is that all you need to? You don't need to have magical crafting or anything?
It doesn't say so. No.
No, you don't.
Because you're not actually crafting a magical item. It's just it is a magical item that you're moving.
You
Did
just
you say how long it takes? Do you say how long it takes to 1 day? So it's up to you. If you want to spend a day, just a day milling around, chilling out, not really doing anything, you can definitely put that +1 rune somewhere else. Yes. If you succeed on the crafting check.
+1 dagger, is that the dagger from the what's it, lady?
That was a dagger from the what's it lady.
Okay, yeah, we'll leave that as is then. So yeah, that potency is a +1 to hit. Am I correct?
Yep, it is.
Correct. Yeah, but it also allows you then to add another rune of other capability to that weapon. Gentlemen, thank you very much, Guy, for sticking with us for an extra few minutes. We will continue next week.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the game.
You're welcome.
Good fun.
Yeah, thank you.
Much appreciated. Absolute pleasure, folks. I'm just about to disappear to the toilet. So.
Yeah.